I've had this channel for a year and a half, and I've mostly been posting Minecraft facts videos during that time. And when I went to count to see how many I have 249. So I knew I had to make this video. And here we'll be going over all of the facts, secrets, and tips videos that I've ever made and commenting on them along the way in between each. About some of the mistakes in that video, some of the inspirations behind them, and more. And at the end, for the 250th secret, or fact I guess, on my channel, we'll be going over the biggest Minecraft fact ever that I could find. It took 15 years for it to be uncovered, and it's pretty much my favorite of all time, I'd have to say. So anyway, let's dive right in. First video is 47 secrets you never knew about Minecraft. See you there.
47 Minecraft secrets you never knew about. And thank you to Whiffies and Skip the Tutorial for a big inspiration for this video. They have many just like it. 1. Sea pickles can actually be smelted in a furnace to make lime green dye. It's much easier than getting cacti and bone meal, if I do say so myself. 2. Wall torches are actually different blocks than torches in the game. You can even see this on the targeted block menu. 3. Cave air is different than normal air. Can you see it? Can you tell the difference? I can't. Cool 3.5, I guess this can happen, this is possible. 4. Inside of Woodland Mansion chests in this room, diamond holes are possible to spawn in here. Number 5. Now, in the future, you guys probably use this often, but it's new, so it was too cool to leave out. So, high contrast mode. This thing does not apply for this. This thing is incredible. It's so cool. I love it. Also, all the coolest facts are at the end of the video, so if you've already known most of the facts up until now, just wait. They get better. 6. When there's music playing nearby, then a lay, when given amethyst shards, can actually reproduce. Has a 5-minute cooldown though, so don't think that you can just spam this. 7. Diamonds, and other ores for that matter, when you mine them, don't just stop there. Look around them, like check the blocks around them, because they can spawn more diagonally to them, see? So, yeah, I just helped you get more diamonds and other ores. You're welcome. 8. By placing a hopper under some lava, you're actually able to convince your friends that you're throwing away things. Pretending you're too cool for diamonds? Do this, but then get them back later. Just be careful though, because hoppers have a cooldown limit, so if you throw a bunch in at once, then you only get some back. 9. Another 1.19.4 thing that in the future probably you'll be taking for granted, but it's just too cool to pass up right now, is that long text like this now scrolls back and forth so then you can read it all. That wasn't there before. 10. There's a very smart group of people in Minecraft called the SciCraft community. They all hang out in this server called SciCraft, and they are Minecraft's smartest minds. Like, no joke. They've invented tons of epic stuff that we're gonna get to in a sec. But one thing that they've done that's pretty cool is they've popularized TNT launching. When you light TNT and then you throw an ender pearl, then your ender pearl can actually get launched by the TNT to go further than it would previously. See, about right here. Normal throw only takes me this far. On SciCraft, they figured out how to autonomize this to be able to teleport thousands of blocks away. Make sure to go check out Ilmango is one of the main members of the server, but tons of other people on there as well. He's just the main one I watch. 11. Another amazing thing that they've been able to do on the SciCraft server are quarries. Basically, quarries are a step up from TNT perimeters. Perimeters are automated TNT machines that blow up areas in a large square, while quarries, they're most used in mesas like these, but quarries, they use piston contraptions to push and retract and get every single block and push it up to a different spot and then blow it up so then it gets all of the drops back. This is the way to automate getting diamonds and terracotta, but it is not an easy setup and you can't make it just run infinitely. You have to set it within a certain area. Also, this looks like a flamingo, or like a dodo bird. Fact 12. The Psycraft members are also so incredibly advanced that they have figured out how to get command blocks in survival without cheats. And before you say that it's completely fake, watch the video that will be linked in the description about how they did it. It's super complex. These guys are going in an in-depth code level of Minecraft. They had to create threads and create certain types of lag and manipulate bits and all sorts of stuff that is well above all of our levels. 13. In commands, there's actually a difference between setblock kelp and kelp plant. And if you don't see any difference here, then don't worry, that's not just you. 14. Something else really weird about kelp is the only block in Minecraft that starts with a K. Now, I did not know that before this, did you? 15. Now, this fact I actually did get from the weekly thing. Apparently, in Bedrock Edition, then it tries to spawn you at 44x and 4z. And then if that biome is not either like a plains, a forest, a jungle, or like one other biome, then it will try to find a new spot for you to spawn in that's plus 4x, and it will keep doing that until it finds a location. So you can spawn very far from spawn in Bedrock, and you can even spawn over the stronghold, which is how incredibly fast speedruns on Bedrock Edition are possible. 16. In Minecraft, there's a light item / block. You can place it on the ground and adjust how much light it gives, and it's interesting. It takes a while to update, like when you do it. See, that's supposed to be a 3. Yeah, it takes a while to update. It's basically just an invisible light source. You can change how much it is. 17. Lily pads, when placed on the same block, will always face the same direction, no matter what, and it's like random. So if you want the perfect lily pad formation, you're gonna have to search a long time in your world for which position is perfect. And it is different per Y position as well, so that's confirmed. 18. Now the next fact is a rather sad one. Deep Slate Emeralds, as of 1.18, are actually impossible to find naturally generating now. For Deep Slate Emeralds, then you have to either degrade your world, or you have to have it already degraded. If someone can prove that this is wrong and like find one, or like prove that it is possible, then that'd be greatly appreciated, but they just spawn too high up. 19. Did you know that only white wool can be dyed? Yep, as you can see, no other colors of wool or any other colored blocks can be dyed at all, which is very sad. Number 20. So even though Mojang developers are great and it seems like there's nothing they can't do, actually there have been a few bugs that have stumped them in Minecraft. Such as, did you know when they were making the Wither, then they wanted to have the Wither skeleton skulls catch fire to anything that they touched, like fire explosions, like beds. And when they added it, it worked just fine. But then, Minecraft would randomly crash for no reason, and they could not figure it out. And they finally traced it back to, all of the crashes had one thing in common. About 40 minutes or like an hour before the crash had occurred, then someone had spawned the Wither and the fire had happened. And they could not fix this glitch. So they just made it so then there's no fire from Wither explosions. And that's why, if you've ever wondered. Now they could maybe figure out how to do it, but still pretty weird. 21. Now, you might already know that banners on Java Edition can go on shields, but did you know that this works with ominous banners as well? It looks kinda strange, like it's not like actual one. As you can see, it has just like all of the things on it, so it's kind of a little bit off from the true Illager banner, but it's still pretty neat. Saves you the work of having to design your own, right? 22. This was pretty crazy the first time I learned about it as well, but you can actually craft andesite, which is one of my favorite blocks because you can turn it into polished andesite, which is one of my favorite blocks. Gives a use for diorite. 23. Landing on the sides of dripstone actually doesn't cause you like extended fall damage as landing on the top does. 24. Foxes actually can drop emeralds, and it is their most useful trade. Other stuff like wheat and rabbit hide can be kind of useful, but emeralds is definitely cool. 25. Vindicators named Johnny with a name tag will attack any animal that they see, as a reference to a horror movie. 26. Pretty much everything about Iron Golems was inspired by Studio Ghibli's Castle in the Sky. And thank you so much to MatPat for that image from the movie and for actually this information. I learned it from his video explaining the lore behind Iron Golems and villagers, which you should definitely check out. Link in the description. It's really cool. 27. Most creatures' hitboxes thoroughly encase them and even have some parts that are sticking out, but Iron Golems, no parts stick out except for at very specific rotations, and their hitboxes are very big for their size. That's why you can barely even get close to them, see, not even touching him. 28. Now, Mojang is always telling you to not leave trees floating, but floating trees can occur naturally because of lava pools. Can't believe that they even put this into the game and then are telling us to stop doing it. 29. Now, in order to get most flowers, you kind of just have to bone meal and be in the right spot to get them, and then just like harvest them yourself. But with tall flowers, use bone meal on them and they duplicate, which is really useful for flower farms and such. You can even automate it as such, and you can do this with like as many dispensers as you want, and you can just farm these on mass scale. You're gonna need a lot of bone meal though. 30. In earlier versions of the game, the Nether was actually called, and I promise it's not swearing when you say the place, the Nether was actually called Hell. I can see why. 31. This next fact, I mean, it is from the Minecraft wiki, but it's from SB737, believe it or not, and it's that the splash potions that witches will throw at you are always gonna be slowness or poison if you have over 3.5 hearts. And then once you get below that, as you see, it'll start splashing harming and weakness. 32. Jack-o'-lanterns can actually naturally spawn in spruce villages as like these. But as you can see, most of these are pumpkins. And you can only see the face from one side, so it'd be easy to miss it. 33. Believe it or not, arguably the rarest item in Minecraft is tall grass. And that's because you can only find it in these savanna villages. Don't believe me? Just try shearing up some of this for yourself and watch it fail. You can find this item's twin in spruce villages. 34. Oh, and now in the creative inventory, then you can specifically choose which painting you want. That's really cool. Oops, 34 again, I guess. No matter which direction you're facing when you place bedrock, then it'll be in a random direction. Even though the lines are kind of always going in the X axis, then you'll notice each of these designs are slightly different, slightly rotated and flipped. They're actually dependent on position, so if I were to break it and place it even more, then it wouldn't change, but it also changes based on why. You'll notice in some very lucky instances, then you can see what appears to be a wither skeleton skull here. And at that, I suggest you watch a very funny video by Alexa Real. Free wither skeleton skull? 36. The Ender Dragon's official name is actually Jean, the name that Notch gave to her. Thank you to the game theorist MatPat for this one. Also, by the way, Minecraft is a dream. You are the player. Wake up. I mean, you can't get more clear than that. 37. Okay, we're getting to some of the really cool ones now. In spectator mode, if you try to punch enemies, you can possess them. And spiders, now that it's brighter, and yes, I did use the light block, you can see that the spider does have 8 eyes. Kind of. 38. Creepers also have a special view, everything being green and pixelated. It's kind of cool. 39. Endermen are the last of these creatures that have special vision, with it being inverted, making dark spots very light, and apparently lava is blue. 40. In spectator mode, you can't open chests that you haven't opened before. I possessed it. You can't open chests that you haven't opened before. See? Unable to open. Loot not generated yet. That is because Minecraft loot is actually generated when you open it. And so, if you were to start a world in an old version, and then you were to slowly upgrade to 1.17, and then you open a chest that was still in that old version, you'd still get glowberries in the chest, because it generates with whoever opens it first, and spectator mode doesn't count for some reason. In spectator mode, the flying speed can feel pretty slow sometimes. So, you can 1, hold control to go faster, and 2, use your scroll wheel. You could scroll to go up to 87 blocks at a time. It even makes your vertical speed faster, and your chunks will have troubles loading. It has changed my life. 43. We all know about infested stone and the silverfish it can bring, but contrary to what you might think about having to like hide this so then players can't find it, using F3 and target block you can actually find which blocks are infested to avoid. Pretty handy. 44. Similar to torches, then heads and wall heads actually are different. See targeted block, player wall head, and player head? This goes with every single head in the game, including the dragon egg. You can even use it as a bit of a staircase. 45. There's actually a secret block in the game. And yes, this does look like just a normal oak slab, but as you see in target block, this is a petrified oak slab. Normal oak slabs need an axe to mine, but petrified oak slabs actually use a pickaxe. Kinda sus if you ask me. Oh, and there are no such thing as petrified oak planks. 46. What's your least favorite music disc? I bet that you said 11, didn't you? Mine too. This music disc full of its strange noises and it's kind of scary. Get it out. Actually, inside of the sound, if you convert it to an image, then it has C418's name in it, but encrypted into numbers. Thanks to the game theorists for that one. Let's go! And fact 47? You didn't know at least 20 of those. And you aren't subscribed yet. I know, kinda cheesy, so I'll throw in a 47. Cacti can actually grow into other blocks, making cactus farms like this possible. Thank you so much for watching.
Wow, I forgot how much of a banger that one was. It was only my 8th video ever, and still the editing was pretty good, I'd say. I even had music and everything. Now, obviously, that camera is just like a tiny little square in the corner, so that's not too good for when I have to zoom in on like my face, obviously. The bit rate's a little bit low, and there are a few slightly awkward pauses here and there, but they're pretty well edited out.
Lime green dye. It's much easier.
During this time, I was using the video editing software Olive. I was also really concerned with actually giving credit to the images I use, and sometimes it takes away from the video just a little bit. Another thing is that these secrets are actually really good. I forgot about most of these. Oh my goodness. I can see why this became my most viewed video, at least for a while, until I came up with the 10 secrets you never knew about Steve. Alright, on to 15 things you're doing wrong in Minecraft.
15 things you are doing wrong in Minecraft. Number 1, stop using planks as fuel. Instead, craft some into planks. Use the planks to smelt some more logs, and use the charcoal from it instead. This will take a bit longer, but it conserves a lot of wood. Very useful when you go mining or in the nether. 2, stop farming sweet berries and carrots for food. Though on Bedrock Edition at least, sweet berries may be one of the fastest growing foods in the game. Instead, until you get to the nether and can make suspicious mushroom stew from dandelions, then kill animals and make sure to smelt it in a furnace. And if you have to make a farm, make a wheat farm or a potato farm which you will cook the potatoes in. It's just much better saturation. And third, not having an open mindset. Many people, including myself, start to associate all the little things that we do about Minecraft with who we are. When somebody tells us that we should be playing Minecraft in a different way, or that we should stop doing some of the things that we're doing, then we feel like they're telling us that we can't be ourselves when we play Minecraft. 4. When you have a lot of mobs and creatures in your way, then instead of attacking them until they're dead, this is often how I see many people die. So just run away. If you can run away from them without getting damaged a bunch, then just do. Barricade yourself if you need. Well, they're not chasing anymore. Number 5. getting into a survival world and playing and saying that you're not gonna beat the game anytime soon. It is okay to not want to beating the game be what's most important to you or go total speedrunner mode, but if you keep getting bored of your survival world and keep dying or feeling like you need more, or it's getting really hard to travel around places without elytra, that may be a sign. That may be a sign that you need to go out and beat the game. I know that the words beat the game are always big and they can take a lot of practice. It's actually not that scary once you get to it. You just need to start. And once you do get to that point and you do start beating the game and all that, then start creating farms. Like, people get the idea that after you beat the game, there's nothing left to do. But if you're in need of resources and you're struggling getting them and Minecraft just feels like too much of a grind, build farms. It'll be harder than getting the materials yourself, but it'll be well worth it. 6. Frustrated that you can't seem to burn netherwood? Turn it all into sticks and then smelt it. Much more efficient than using your precious oak planks. 7. Having to use lots of torches just to be able to see a little bit? Now, of course, probably already know this, turn your brightness up all the way. But also, did you know that there is an even better way to be able to see more even when the sun is outside? In your video settings, turn smooth lighting off. Of course, your eyes still will have to adjust a bit, but now you can see everything pretty well. I didn't really think that I'd cover this, but it is good just in case. But also, get down into crawling mode, put your torch in your offhand, and hold left and right click, and you can do this. I am pretty sure that I have invented this method, as I haven't seen it done by anybody else, even though it's a very incredible thing. 8. Tired looking for underwater structures to no avail? Well, open F5 and then in your keybinds, check to see if you have cinematic camera as a keybind. I like to have it as V. You don't need it for this, but it greatly helps. Enter that and it makes it so then your mouse movement is blurry. So you can use this and then press V again to make it normal to get in between values like this. And you can see under the water. Oh, there's a shipwreck. Also, some shipwrecks are really good and some are bad, of course. You've probably experienced this. But in order to know which shipwrecks are good enough, check which half it is. This is the back half. You can see it's like the back half of a shipwreck. So that means it's good. The back half has all the iron and emerald and goodies. The middle, which is often on like middle floor, is in the middle. So if you see just the front end of a ship, then don't go in it. But if you see a full ship or a back end like this, it'll be worth it. 9. Stop clutching with slime. While this may sound like a good idea, yeah, if you land on the edge like that, then you actually take fall damage. 10. Tired of flying back and forth between nether portals a lot? And if you have blue ice, and you can have it be every other block like this, then you can speed along it and you don't slow down. Unless you hit a mob like that. Yeah, probably spawn proof it. Number 11. Not eating until you're very low on health or hunger. This is actually something I see players doing very often, and it usually ends in their death. Number 12. Not being smart with your lava buckets when it comes to piglin brutes. Number 13. Not having a water bucket on you at all times. Number 14. Stop digging down as spirals. It's long, inefficient, hard to climb up and down, and it makes this area dark. Instead, dig straight down like this, but on 2 blocks. Then you can mine and see what blocks below you, and make sure that you mine the blocks above you, including leaves. That way you have plenty of brightness, and it's quick and easy. Plus, you won't fall into big long caves like this. Oh my goodness! Number 15 is trying to do this with a friend. Kind of defeats the purpose. Awesome Player 98, no. Wait, what? Jeremy, no. And bonus 15, not being subscribed. Make sure to go do that. And make sure to check out my community section of my YouTube channel to answer in polls of which kinds of videos you'd like to see the most in the future. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next.
Okay, so right off from the beginning of this video, that wrong text that flashed for just a second there at the beginning, you might have even missed it. Well, as you can see, it's a little bit red and bloody. And I actually had a huge problem with this. Like, I kept going back and forth. I was like, oh, it looks so cool, but it's so bad, isn't it? I don't know what I was thinking a year ago. And also, you may have noticed in this video, I'm quite preachy. A lot of these things aren't actual Minecraft tips or facts, mostly just my own personal opinion, trying to get you to play Minecraft my own way. That's because when I made this video, I was utterly convinced that it was the best way to play Minecraft, and that no other way could come even close to as fun as mine. And for some reason, I actually really cared about other people having that. Like, who cares if other people get bored of Minecraft, right? I mean, as long as they keep watching my videos. For number 7, the one with the right-click torch placing thing, that's genius. Like, I still use this to this day, and I've never seen anyone else use it before. For number 9, I just couldn't get this slime clutch right to have it damage you when you fall down. And that's because it doesn't actually damage you unless you're off the edge of it, so you have to be looking at a bit of an angle to kind of catch it. So if you look straight down, it actually is completely safe to clutch with slime blocks. Number 13 was actually amazing, the one with the bee.
Number 13, not having a water bucket on you at all times.
I'm impressed with myself for getting this shot. I love how creative number 14 and 15 are as well. While they're not strictly any kind of secrets that'll be in the wiki or anything, they are definitely super useful. And I actually was gonna make a joke in number 15 about me not having any friends, because I couldn't actually get any of my friends to do that with me for the video. But I think it kind of slipped my mind, or I said it during a bad time. I wanted to cut out a lot of the digging time, obviously. Because yes, I did actually dig all the way down to that cave that I had scouted earlier. Anyway, the third video is 47 more Minecraft secrets you never knew about, because the first one did so well, but I'll have past me explain that. See ya there.
You guys liked last time so much, so here are 47 more Minecraft secrets you never knew about. Number 1. Did you know that standing and walking on all of the leaves in Minecraft make the exact same sound, except for Azalea? Number 2. Did you know that bells can actually spawn in ruined portal chests, and that they're as common as enchanted golden apples? Ah, you see, the command never lies. There's one right there. Have you ever seen the Minecraft splash text, put a little fence around it, or throw a blanket over it? Well, this is actually in reference to a book and YouTube, apparently, series called Catbug, or The Bravest Warriors. I read some of it, it's really weird. Number 5. While all of the secrets are really good and really interesting that you probably didn't know, all of the best ones are at the very end, so make sure to stick around. Number 6. On the overworld, the fire does not infinitely burn on bedrock. Oh, as you see, it went out, but in the end, it'll burn infinitely. It's kinda neat. Number 7. In hardcore mode, when you eat a golden apple, as you can see, the hearts there actually are not angry like the other hardcore hearts. They're just normal golden hearts. Number 8. As Whippies and the members of Sidecraft have shown, there's a secret block in Minecraft called the Moving Piston, or Block 36. And it's kind of a weird block. You can't collide with it, but other blocks do, and it's like the moving interaction state of a piston when it's moving, and you can summon it in with NBT data to look like any other block, but I bet you didn't know it was in there, did you? Number 9. We all love our Minecraft items when we throw them on the ground, but did you know that little thickness that there is to it, that little bit of 3D-ness, in older versions of Minecraft, then if you would throw an item on the ground, apparently golden apples would lose their glow. Apparently they would also face towards you, but most importantly, they're flat. Number 10. Using programmer art, or the original textures of each item and block, we find out that oak, dark oak, and acacia leaves were the exact same. In fact, every single leaf type except for jungle and spruce were the same back then. That's kinda crazy. It really adds a lot more to these two leaves though. We get to meet all of them eventually, but this is editing Awesome Player 98 here. I really don't know what was happening with some of the audio for this. It was like delayed and really loud. So instead I'm just gonna like tell you like this here. And using sand, because it is a falling block and therefore an entity, it can be launched by TNT explosions, which isn't really too useful, but when you consider that you can do this with other things as well, such as dripstone, and it's something to practice and get pro gamer at, then it's pretty cool. Number 13. Lecterns, as I've said before, are pretty unique blocks, being able to hold a book and all, but it's their advanced geometry that really makes these blocks so special. Using shorter blocks, you're able to make things like A kitty cat with its head on a table, 2 small arrows pointing in different diagonals. Or a kitty cat on a map, I guess. Way cooler than just walrus tusks that flip pages, like with the enchanted book. Number 14. Ever going through the excruciatingly long end poem, and you don't want to just skip it by pressing escape, but you want to get to a specific part? Well, first off, you can hold space to make it go through even faster. And second off, you can hold control while you're holding space to make it fly by. Especially good for when you want to show all your friends that yes, Minecraft is a lucid dream. I guarantee you did not know the thing with control. Which one do you think is wider, glass pane or chains? I have no idea which one you said, and at first I thought that it was chains, but actually it's glass panes because its hitbox is 2 by 2 pixels wide, whereas a chains is 3 by 3. Learn something new every day. Sometimes in Minecraft, you learn the craziest secrets that you never knew and that will change your life forever. Well, this next Minecraft secret is going to change the way you play Minecraft forever. And it is that skull tentacles hold up sand. They look all wavy to me though. I bet you'll be using that every single day. Number 17. Something that might be a little bit more useful at least is that sand, because it is an entity, can actually float up in bubble columns like this, creating this kind of goofy effect. But don't be thinking that this is the new meta for making secret entrances to your base, because they only last 30 seconds before they all go. Well, credit to Sportskeeda and the Blockopedia for this one, but Bedrock's blast resistance actually isn't infinity. It's 3.6 million. Too blast resistant for even the highest powered fireball to blow it up. Ancient city centers actually aren't always the same. There are 3 of them. Only one of them contains a chest at the center. If you've always had problems finding them, don't worry, you're not alone. Okay, so it is my priority to bring to you Minecraft secrets that almost no one else knows about, and coming up with original ones as well, so sometimes I have to dig kind of deep. And occasionally, they're not really secrets anyone's gonna use. Skeleton leg bones in relationship to their pelvic bones are actually just so slightly off so as not to cause Z fighting. But now you know Minecraft player anatomy better than the skeleton even does. You might have seen it earlier with the command, but ruined nether portal chests can have up to 8 items in them. But you can occasionally find gold blocks in there, which I was actually surprised when I found out as well. While the actual item does, then the hitbox on maps and item frames actually don't span the full block, so while crouching at the edge of the block, then you actually can place things like torches in it. 24. If you look closely at the enchantment table book, then you'll actually notice that all of the pages are the exact same. And you'll notice that it's the same book as on the lectern. Must be one popular book then. Number 25. It's actually possible in older versions of Minecraft for blazes and other mobs with spawners to spawn in peaceful mode for just like a few frames. That chief guy showed this off in his video, Can You Beat Minecraft in Peaceful Mode? I advise you to check it out, it's really good. Number 26. Did you know that in Minecraft's code, then dungeons are actually called monster rooms? Yeah, it's really crazy to me all the differences between the actual item names, the commands, and the code. It all just gets too confusing. Fortunately, none of us are really gonna be messing around in Minecraft's code anytime soon, I hope. So, 27. Did you know that with a little bit of almost coding and the use of some tutorials, most notable being ones from Waffles Are Better, go check him out, you're actually able to make your very own custom structures in Minecraft? I'm creating one right now for my custom dimension that's gonna come out soon, so make sure to check that out once we have more info, because it's gonna be a live premiere. This is gonna be epic. It's gonna be pretty much my biggest video yet. So make sure to go check out Waffles Are Better and my video once it comes out. Number 28. There's actually 3 new secret entities in Minecraft that can actually be pretty useful. They are called the item display. It can be made really big like this, I guess. Ooh, and in this, we find another Minecraft secret is that Minecraft diamond swords, like, thing is off slightly. And thank you to Dracky Series for that one. Link in the description. Really good with those command blocks. Number 29, there's also a new text display entity, and that command, thank you to WiredBoy27 for that one. Also link in the description. You can use it to spawn super serious and mature text like this. And apparently you can't see other entities from behind it. Aha, you just can't see other displays through it. And number 30, the last of these display commands is the /block display. And this command is a lot longer, but if I've typed it in correctly, oh my goodness, we have a moving block. Number 31, did you know that when phantoms were first being implemented, then they were originally going to be black instead of the blue that we know today? You can see this in old Aquatic Edition toys, and this secret was actually pointed out by the game theorists, so make sure to go check out that video. And apparently these toys are still being sold in the Philippines, so I mean, you can go get that toy if you want, I guess. Number 32. Did you know that more recording problems were happening with this, but the Warden's heart still beats even when it doesn't have AI, and it still makes its whining noises. Kinda cool, but very loud. Number 34. I guess that this episode is more command-based. It's good to know. Did you know that ancient cities have 53 different parts to them? Those are some pretty complex structures then. Did you know that picking up an item in old versions, and not even versions that are super old, but even just like 1.16.1, will change their lighting? Watch again in slow motion. You see how that left side gets really white? I don't know if you've noticed, but it doesn't do that anymore. Oh, 1.16. Always gets me in the speedrunning mood. Number 36. Now, if you haven't noticed this one before, I don't blame ya. But debug sticks are able to change properties and values of certain blocks, often cases being which direction they're facing. And actually, did you know that on a fence gate, changing the direction to something opposite to it, so like east to west, actually all it does is changes that texture. And I hear you saying now, also player 98, it also changes which direction you're going to open it from. But that is in no way true. Look, I can open them both from the same way, although it does change which direction they're facing after you do it. Still pretty neat though. And you can do it in survival because you just open them up in different directions and then close them. 37. Okay, now we're actually starting to get into some of the really cool ones. Piglins, when they die, they still actually fall slower than other animals. And they even still flop their wings, which kind of sad, but it's also kind of funny. Number 8. Now this one actually surprised me a lot when I was looking for secrets to put in this video, but did you know? So basically the reason why you can see through everything in Minecraft is because it only renders the outside faces of the entire world. So as you see the middle, then it's not drawing that. But when it comes to stairs, not only does it still draw this part of the stairs that's not even visible to the player, but it also, whenever it draws stairs, draws an entire face right here. Okay, I guess the commands really are the theme of this video, but they're just so interesting. There's so many cool things you can do with them. And this one, as I was perusing through the secret Minecraft entities, really caught my attention. Apparently, there is another secret entity called Interaction. And thank you to Cloud Wolf for these commands and like the whole tutorial on how this works. Go check out him. The video link will be in the description, obviously. But it can work as a hitbox, which doesn't sound too interesting until you realize you can use it to discover who last right-clicked and left-clicked on it, which can make it super useful in things like escape rooms or secrets or like map building. There's a lot of things you can do with commands. You just have to have the ability to look up tutorials for them. Number 40. When I learned about the bedrock thing, I immediately wondered if fireballs with the max explosion power could blow them up. And they can't, but I soon learned in all my testing that 1, fireballs stay on fire even when they're underwater, which I personally think is ridiculous. And 2, okay, this one I honestly think is one of the most interesting facts in the video, but I'm only going to be able to do it once because it lags out your PC so much. Summon lots and lots and lots of fireballs with the Next video hopefully won't have so many audio problems, but basically lag out your PC, and yes, with lag and with the highest explosion power, you can blow up water. You see this one's blown up? It's kind of crazy. 43. Did you know that there are 73 different rooms and features inside of mansions? And 44, of those mansion rooms that they have, 2 of them have diamond blocks that naturally generate in them. One here in this glass obsidian room, and one here in this one, the 1x1 AS3. 45. Only 3 more to go. This one is definitely credit Skip the Tutorial. It's so cool that he found this one out, but it was just too cool to leave out. Villagers, librarians actually, that thing on their head is actually a book. See, it has the bookmark and everything. I, for one, totally did not notice this, and I was so impressed when I found this out. So thank you so much to Skip the Tutorial. He's really a big inspiration to this channel, and he has hundreds of Minecraft secrets that are so incredible. Make sure to go check him out. As I've said before, Skip the Tutorial is incredible. He and his Minecraft tips and secrets are just super good. They're a big inspiration to these videos on this channel, and even though I might occasionally share some of his secrets, and sometimes they may be really good ones, that doesn't mean that I've shown you all of his that are good and that you don't need to watch his channel. If anything, it shows that you should watch his channel. Make sure to check out his channel. It's really incredible. This next secret I've gotten is from him. It's super cool and it really changed Minecraft for me. And it's that if you put glass, then the void, and then you put on a map, it's actually transparent. So, if we use our invisible item frames, which by the way, the command is in the description, and Sportskeeda is the source for that great command. You place down your invisible item frame, and boom, you can take your shameless self-promotion to the next level. And shameless Skip the Tutorial promotion too, I guess. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. I've made sure to pick an extra exciting one for number 47. That's that from 1.0 to the current release of Minecraft, only a few textures have stayed the exact same, such as the bow, the arrow, sticks, string, beads, melon seeds, blaze rods, blaze powder, nether wart, and all the music discs in 1.0 except for disc 13. Oh, and I totally forgot to mention, dirt as a texture actually has not changed since 1.0, which I think is incredible. It really shows you how good they were at designing textures back then. Unless you're looking at the leather armor or sapling, then yeah, I'm glad that those changed. And with that, have a nice day. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to Awesome Player 98.
Okay, so right off the bat, there's a lot to unpack. This is probably my biggest video yet, because not only did it add another 47 secrets, which is an insane number by the way, but my editing skills have gone up a whole lot. This was the first video to feature numbers at the corner of the screen, which with Olive, which is still what I was using at the time, is pretty hard. Also, for every one of these secrets, how I got them is, I think I watched like one video online, I took 1 or 2 from there, but for almost all of these, I literally just spent a day kind of messing around in Minecraft, trying all sorts of different things. Also, as I've kind of expressed already, in this video my audio was way off. I don't even know what was up with that thing. Oh, obviously I fixed it now, that would have been really annoying. And I was still recording my gameplay and my together, so the gameplay is much too loud at parts, like you could barely hear me talking at some parts. In fact, I specifically remember editing this video for a long time. This recording took me about like 3 or 4 hours to do. I think I filmed it 2 different takes, 2 different parts I guess. And then the editing took me, I think it was maybe like 4 days, maybe a week. Also, I think it's just really funny how I spent like the last 2 minutes of the video praising Skip the Tutorial endlessly.
Is Minecraft too hard for you, or do you just want to make it easier in general? If so, you probably have a problem with mobs coming into your house when you leave the door open, especially creepers. If so, you should probably use carpets. Carpets will stop almost every mob, including zombies, skeletons, and opening only one door at a time will also stop spiders. You can even put it on the inside to make it blend in with the floor. Now, if you didn't know that one, then you're for sure not gonna know this one. This one's for creative mode. Instead of doing all the work to build large hollow squares like you do in houses and stuff, just add hollow to the end of your command and boom, it'll be hollow inside. Oh, the smooth lighting looks so cool on calcite. I love it. Number 3, if you're spending all your time at the beginning mining a whole bunch of wood, you're wasting your time. You only need to mine around 6 to 9 logs, and that's including all the tools you'll need. Because, and I learned this from one of the very earliest YouTubers I've ever watched in my life. I think I was 8. Only craft a wooden pickaxe, craft a stone pickaxe then, and then craft any other stone tools that you need to do. The reason why this is so good is because think about it, you use your stone pickaxe to mine stone. So you don't need to worry about conserving that precious stone. It's all over you, and you mine it with your pickaxe. If you're using your wood tools to try to conserve resources, then you're wasting wood. Also, it's way quicker and it'll make your Minecraft experience so much better. 4th, I was actually watching Clown Pierce, which is a really good YouTuber, and I noticed something that he does that's really smart. Instead of looking at F3 screen and like struggling with coordinates and having to write them down, remember which worlds are which and write them down on a piece of paper, you just open the F3 screen. Sorry, Bedrock players. For you guys, you can just open coordinates and then take a screenshot. You can do this with F2. Then go to your search bar, type in run, type in %appdata%, and it'll take you to this fun folder. Click on .minecraft and then screenshots. And here's all your Minecraft screenshots. Once you get used to it, it'll be way easier than writing down all your places. And you can do this quickly, so if you're struggling looking at F3 screen in a rush, then you can just quickly take a screenshot. Don't use this next secret on servers, because some people feel like it's cheating, but if you're just playing your casual survival world, it's definitely worth it. If you're about to die or jump off something and you pause and you know that you're about to die and there's nothing you can do, save and quit, come back to it, and then land. And you won't take any damage for 3 seconds, because Minecraft likes to give you invincibility for the Minecraft likes to give you invincibility for the first 3 seconds of you spawning into a world. And even though this is considered cheating by many players, I honestly use it sometimes. And even top Minecraft players have to use it sometimes, like Illumina in a GDQ speedrun.
Uh-oh. I'm gonna do something that's known to Minecraft speedrunning, and I'm gonna cheat.
I watched it live. 6. Minecraft is a really cool game, and some games don't have this feature, but Minecraft does. If some of the controls are giving you troubles, just go to your controls and keybinds and change them to whatever you like. Not only that, but change your mouse sensitivity to whichever one you think fits you best. Now, this is not how I want to play Minecraft, personally. Now, this might be obvious to some of you, but if you attack something, you're gonna get a lot more out of the attack if you jump before you do it, because if you're falling down, then that does a critical attack. It does way more damage. Always do this for your first attack. Tip 7 actually goes with that, but some people prefer swords over axes, even on Java Edition, where they deal 9 damage points. But for animals, you should definitely use axes, as you can kill any animal in 1 hit with any axe using critical hits. With swords, you're gonna have to hit twice, and they might have already gone away in that time. Come back here. Now, thank you for sticking around for so long, because now you get to hear a really good one. Spectator mode is more useful than you think. When you switch to it, use your scroll wheel and you can go slower or faster. Yep, that's right. You can finally fly super quickly in your world. This is bound to break your PC, but you can finally go through things really fast, and you can go up and down faster as well. My mind was blown when I found this one out. Now, you're in the Nether, and you're exploring a bastion, and it's pretty scary, and while you're distracted, you may notice there's piglin brutes, and you didn't notice them. You always know when there's piglin brutes around you. Go to your sound settings, and I know it sounds really crazy, but turn subtitles on. It might take a few days to get used to, but it's so useful. You can tell when there's brutes around you or just normal piglin. You can also use this when trying to find the portal room in strongholds. Look for the lava pops. Oh, you see? Silverfish hisses. Yo, I found it! Right next to the staircase. But wait, that's actually not it. If you scroll down right now, you'll notice there's a whole comment section down there. Down there you'll find even more tips. And if you have any tips of your own, comment them down below. If we get enough, then I'll make a part 2. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it.
No, I didn't make a part 2. Unfortunately, I don't get very many comments on videos yet. Also, you may have noticed Commentary Me is wearing a different shirt and hat, which by the way, this hat probably shows up as like transparent to you guys because it's green. Editing 98 here. Yeah, that's not the only thing that shows up as transparent apparently. How does this green hat show up on the thing, but not this blue? This is literally a cyan shirt. Anyway, it's back to the video. Yeah, it is really taking me that long to record this video. Anyway, the editing just gets better and better, and these are actually just really cool tips. And I actually want to talk about number 3. I talk about how I learned about you mining with stone pickaxes, and yes, me learning that at the age of 8 changed my Minecraft life. I've never used like wood tools again, really. And so whenever I see anybody just using wooden tools, they're like, uh-oh, I don't want to break my stone pickaxe, and I'm like, so I made this video. I really wanted to comment on Phineas Minecraft channel, be like, yo, you were like the first YouTube video I ever watched, really cool stuff. But because his channel is set to made for kids, then no commenting allowed, and he doesn't have any other social medias, I don't think. Anyway, at this point, the pacing, there is still a little bit of kind of pauses here and there. The text always kind of flashes by really quick and it's hard to read. But yeah, not really much to say. I just was trying out a bunch of different video types at this time, and I found out, hey, facts videos, tips videos, they get a lot more views than like the other stuff I make. So that's when I made this. But apparently I didn't learn my lesson because it would be months before I would make another facts video. 25 things you're doing wrong in Minecraft.
25 things you're doing wrong in Minecraft. That's right, we're finally back with tips videos and secrets videos and more. I know how much you guys like those. And I apologize, you could already hear it in the intro, but my mic was super messed up while recording this. I fixed some of it in post-processing, but if my voice sounds different from how it is now, or if you can hear a bit of background noise, that's why. So sorry. Number 1, when eating rotten flesh from zombies and you get that hunger effect, don't keep running. It's gonna wear down your health even more and be more of a detriment than a benefit. Instead, when you're eating the rotten flesh, hold still, and it'll help you a lot more, I promise. Number 2, this one's from Skip the Tutorial, which his channel's link is in the description, by the way. Instead of using coal when you have a lot of it, then it's actually more efficient to craft it into blocks first and then to use it as fuel, because the blocks act as 10 coal instead of 9, so you'll be saving a bit, although if you have that much coal, then I'm not really sure you need to save it much. Number 3, and this is one that I think we've all done at some point in Minecraft, having a small tunnel like this for a mob farm isn't actually very effective, as mobs can't actually spawn in small tunnels like these. If they were able to spawn in a tunnel like this, then it wouldn't be very often, and I know that it is a little bit more work, but you have to mine it out a lot. Even just something like this will spawn more mobs than before. But the best strategy, and in fact it involves a lot less digging, is to elevate a platform like this. It doesn't even have to be that big. This platform right here is 16 by 16 and it's still doing pretty decent for itself. You see, you have to get just the right distance and plenty of things will spawn on it. The next one kind of goes along with that. If you're using full blocks to make your platforms and ceilings and floors and all that, then you're doing it wrong. If you craft them into slabs, or use a stone cutter to turn them into slabs if you really need, and use it like this instead, then you're saving twice the amount of blocks. Really useful in the long run, and you can't even tell. Next, if you run away from skeletons in a straight line like this, then you're gonna get shot. That's because where their arrow is trying to hit and where you are gonna be are the same place when you're running straight away from them. So instead, run at a bit of an angle from them, or even zigzag a bit if you need. Probably the biggest mistake I see everybody doing is when they come across mobs, then they try to battle them. When you see mobs, then just run away. Do not attack a mob unless you need to, even if you have really good stuff. The only reasons you should attack mobs are if they're in your way, like a lot in your way, if you need some of their drops, or if you need XP. A lot of people actually don't do this, and they should, so do it now, please. I think this is something that we all do, and that is leave our very best armor for the biggest adventures. We'll get a really nice set of armor and we'll say, oh yeah, let's not use that. And we won't take it on most of our adventures and escapades. We'll say, yeah, we'll save that for a really important time. But then when you finally do use it, then you die pretty quickly, right? At least that's how it was with me back before I knew this. You should always use your best armor. Unless you're doing something really dumb that you don't need armor for, then you should always have on your best armor because it might save a death. I mean, what's the point of having good armor if you never use it, am I right? So don't keep it locked away in a chest, okay? The next thing is if you have Silk Touch, use it. On nether gold ore, then it's actually more efficient if you smelt up nether gold as you get a full ingot from it compared to if you were to mine it, because even with Fortune 3, then it almost never drops 9 nuggets. It's so much more efficient to mine it with Silk Touch, and you don't have to craft it afterwards, which is nice, I guess. Okay, so all of these so far have been both Java and Bedrock friendly, and I know that a lot of you out there do play Bedrock Edition, but this one is for Java people. Have you ever wanted to know what your coordinates were? So you opened F3 and started to type it out, but they're blocked by all this chat? So you have to memorize the first one and then type it in, and then memorize the second one. Well, this one will make your game look nicer as well and have the F3 screen take up less storage as well. It's terrible like this. Go on your options, video settings, GUI scale, click it. It will be set to auto by default, but you click it and it gets really small, but you can click again and it gets bigger. Click it again. GUI scale 3 is what I prefer. As you can see, you have so much more of the screen showing, and if you were to open chat, then now you can see your coordinates. Look, they're just right there, and you can type them in while having the F3 screen open. Next, a lot of the foods that give you only a small amount of hunger back are pretty easy to get, and you can get a lot of them at the same time, like carrots or like sweet berries and that kind of stuff. But these foods are terrible. Not only do they give you a small amount of hunger back, but almost all foods that give you small amount of hunger back will give you a small amount of saturation back. Now, what is saturation? It is probably, I talk about it all the time because it's the most underrated thing, okay? When you eat food, then the saturation is this invisible bar that controls how quickly you'll get hungry again and how quickly you'll regenerate health again. Things like carrots and sweet berries will only give you a small amount of saturation, meaning that you're gonna get hungry really fast. You'll have to eat a lot of food and you won't regen very quickly. Now, if you have something like golden carrots, which are one of the best which are one of the best saturation things in the game, and you eat it, watch how quickly my health refills. Look, it's faster than regeneration. Now, I know that on Bedrock, these effects are less dramatic, like you don't eat a golden carrot and all of a sudden have full health again, but they do still apply. They're more long-term. So stop eating sweet berries and stuff. If anything, then make a potato farm and then cook them. Or make a carrot farm and turn them golden. Or just eat animals. Cooked meat is really good. For number 11, I didn't know that this was something people did, because I've always done it this way, but apparently some other people don't. Some people, when they get a new pickaxe or something, then they'll just put it in their inventory and just kind of keep it there. But if you already have something, like this happens with armor as well, if you have something there, then replace it. Put it in your hotbar and you can mine faster now. Oh. Sad I was in creative mode. Those would have been really fun to mine. Now this next one, some could say is a personal preference, but it's really not. It's just really actually really good. Always have a water bucket on you at all times. What's that you can say? You don't have a water bucket on you? Yeah, that's something you're doing wrong. For example, you can get up things like that pretty quick, and you can get up 2-block gaps like that. And even 3-block gaps if you're skilled enough without making a mess. I remember I read this one in a Minecraft book one time. It was one of those official Minecraft books, and I was like, gross. I don't really see the use of having one on me at all times. They were talking about lava pools, and while it's true that you could definitely save yourself if you fall into like a lava pool or something, then what is way more useful for, just in general, is if you accidentally slip up. I was saying, if you accidentally slip up, then you can save yourself from a little bit of fall damage, or a bunch of fall damage if you're, well, I guess there's water already there. But yeah, you can save yourself from fall damage if you get really good at it, and get yourself out of a tight scenario if you don't have any blocks. Once you truly adopt the water bucket lifestyle, it becomes easy. Number 13 is one of my favorites. I used to mine in these 2x3 tunnel, and I would mine on forever and ever, and I would never find anything. It'd always be such a rare sight when I'd find a diamond or something, and I'd always be so happy. And mobs would spawn in them. Like, I'd always get slime or like skeletons or creepers in my mines, and it was terrible. I would die all the time, and I wasn't even wondering if it was me doing something wrong. I was just like, Yep, that's Minecraft. It's a hard game, but it doesn't have to be. If you're mining like this, then you are mining wrong. In fact, the smaller your tunnel is, then the more efficient it is for finding ore. If you mine in a 2x2, that's better than mining in this big thing right here. But the very best tunnel is this 1x2. You can walk through it and it's really small, so you'll find ore really fast. Also, mobs aren't gonna spawn in here, but you can go one step further. On Java Edition, do something like this where you place a water bucket and then you swim under. I didn't have a normal bucket on me. You swim under and you just take it there. Now you're in crawl mode, you can do 1x1 tunnel. On Bedrock Edition, it might have to look a little bit more something like this, where you dig under a bit. Get in like that so you can take the water. And even though you crawl slower, you only have to mine one block in front of you. It's so efficient and helpful. Okay, I have just taught you a lot of things that you might be doing wrong, and we might need just a small break. So this next one is less gameplay and more of just pronunciation. Mojang, as most of us call it, is actually technically pronounced Mojang. Now, no one's gonna get mad at you except for like some really big nerds. And Mojang has even said that they're okay with people saying it Mojang, that you can pronounce it however you want. But because it is a Swedish company, then the way they pronounce it is Mojang. We've all heard it before, don't dig down, but this is actually not true. There's lots of benefits to digging straight down, such as that you always have light like this. Because of the way that Minecraft's light works, then digging straight down is gonna have way more light than if you were to dig diagonally like this. It's also quicker and easier, and you need to mine less blocks, which is helpful. Now I know what you're saying. Awesome Player 98, there might be a lava pool or a cave, but studies have shown, and by studies I mean people digging down a bunch of times, have shown that you rarely ever fall into lava if you do this. But you can always hit it with a water bucket emoji. Oh my goodness. Now what if that happens? Now if you really... Oh my goodness. Forgot how crazy my spawn is. Filming it short, you should watch it. It'll probably be out by the time this video's out. Anyway, if you really want to be that cautious about it and you really don't trust yourself, then mine like this, in this 1x2. That way you'll always know what's under you, and if there's like a cave, you can stop mining and know what to do. Probably the thing I hate the very most about mainstream Minecraft, I'll call it the traditional playstyle, okay? I have a big something against it, don't ask why. The main thing that the traditional Minecraft play gets wrong is doing this. Having a nice day, crafting a wooden sword, a wooden pickaxe, oh, ran out of sticks, crafting a wooden axe, ran out of wood, wooden shovel, and hey look, there's stone over there. Yeah, let's not get it. This is the worst thing, crafting wooden tools. All you need to craft. Okay, let's throw away these gross things. Let's start over. All you need to craft is a wooden pickaxe. Find some stone, find just a little bit of it, make a stone pickaxe. Already you have a much faster mining tool and a really quick way to get materials for tools. And you can mine a bunch of these and create whatever stone tools you like. Stone tools are better than wood tools because when you mine stone with your stone pickaxe, you don't have to worry about it breaking, because if it does break, then you'll have stone to craft a new one with. That's kind of the point of mining stone with stone. A lot of these we didn't know we were doing wrong, of course. That's kind of why I have to tell you. But I'm sure that we've all done this before and we don't understand why it doesn't work like on the YouTube videos. Why isn't it boosting us upwards? You have to place water buckets on every single block. So as you see, I've placed water on these 4 blocks now. It works like a charm. Works on items, will work on everything. This goes for magma blocks as well. But if you have a taller pathway, then what's best to do is to place kelp like this, then to break it all, and it will all become a water source block like that. Now, if you've been in another fortress before, first off, good job. I bet you know how you felt when you first got into one. Probably felt really proud. Anyway, when you're done getting rid of those nasty blazes, then don't mind the spawner. And then the 18th thing is to, when you're waiting for those blazes to spawn, mine out some of the blocks under here. This will make it so blaze spawn more often and more frequently. Now I need to get away from all those blazes. They're really loud. Next thing, if you're playing on Java Edition again, so sorry Bedrock players, I know how it must feel. But anyway, this one does seem pretty obvious, but remember there is that thing under your crosshair that tells you when your attack will do full damage again. So I know that sometimes it can get hard if you're in a tough situation. That's kind of what your brain wants to do, but do not spam. You see how long it took me to kill that pig? Now watch this. One hit. Now, while they're nice to look at, I think we all hate these trees when we're gathering wood. It's so hard to mine every single block, and if we miss a block, then the leaves are gonna stay around forever. Fortunately, I do have the solution. Place your sapling on the ground, and then a few blocks up from it, place a block, okay? It can even be like a slab. And now when you bone meal it, actually it has to be a few blocks higher, oops. Oh, just like that, the tree will not grow to be taller than the block. This is so helpful, especially if you have a designated tree growing spot. You can just keep that block up there, and then whatever tree you grow won't be really tall. Now, I know this one sounds ridiculous, and I didn't really understand it at first because it is called the stone cutter, not the wood cutter, but he lied to me. Well, builders, if you're using a crafting table to create your stairs, then you're doing it wrong. See how we have to use 6 different stone to make only 4 stairs? If you use a stone cutter, just put the stone in there, you can get 1 stone stair for every stone. Not only does this make it so you have more of them, but also makes it easier if you only have 1 stone. You don't have to go off and get more to be able to make a slab for your grindstone. It's your lucky day. You just barely got a bunch of iron and you're about to craft something. Do not craft armor. First, craft things like buckets or tools you'll need. You don't have to craft all the tools, like if you have a stone axe already, that's fine. But just craft at least a few iron tools. They are more important than the armor. Remember what I said earlier with that always having a water bucket on you? That's where this comes into play. Any situation you come into that you can survive with armor, you can survive with skill as well. Now, we've all done it before. We've done this thing where we like bring out some lava, we do the first block of the portal, then we do the second block of the portal, and we like get all the water ready, and that is super slow, as we all know. This method is way faster and easier and just all around better. So do this. Now, this is just a quick tutorial on how to speed portal. If you're still confused, then you should look it up. They've got way better tutorials out there. This is just kind of a quick one I did. Find a line of at least 4 in a lava pool. Put a block in the center, put water right next to it, make sure you have a pickaxe, mine that block, and it should create this shape. If it's not obsidian under it, mine that and put lava there to create obsidian. If it's a bit crowded, mine things up just a little bit. Nothing much, just a bit like this. Make sure that there's these 2 blocks here and a formation like this right here. It's kind of like a hook over it, and these 2 blocks here. Place water right there, and it'll create this. And if you do it right, it won't overflow into the lava. Next, you take lava, and you put it right there and there. Oops. Building 3 up there, 3 up there. You build 1 from the side, and another from the side. And you've created another portal. Now you just light it with flint and steel. Not only is this a lot safer than doing it this way, it's faster, and it's also just cooler. You'll feel so cool doing it, and you can show off to all your friends. Now I know what you're thinking. What could possibly be the very last tip? I always try to have the very coolest tips be till the very end. And I hate to break it to you, but this one's a little bit of a slap in the face. Nope, not making a clever pun. It's not literally. It just kind of hurts to hear. By clicking on this video, you've shown that you accept that there's things you're doing wrong in Minecraft. By clicking on this video and taking the time to watch it till the end, this shows that you're not beguiled in pride and not thinking that you're the best. A lot of kids out there, and it may have also been you at some point, and may still be you, but a lot of people, they'll start playing Minecraft or just anything in general, and they'll think that they're really good at it. Now, I know that I sound like quite a lot of a nerd, but this is called the Dunning-Kruger effect, which is where if you're new to something and you don't really know too much about it yet, then you're gonna think that you're really good at it because you don't really know about all the complexities that thing has, because you don't really know about all the things that could possibly be in Minecraft or anything else in life, then you think, yeah, I'm pretty good at this. But once you start to actually get better, you realize how much there is to learn. You start to doubt yourself. You start to say, wow, this is probably harder than I thought. If you think that you're really good at Minecraft and you haven't already gone through that phase where you realize that you still have a lot to learn, then sorry, but you probably are at that stage where you think that you're like the best at it. I hope that these 24 things have helped you notice that there's a lot to learn and that Minecraft is a lot deeper than it appears at the surface. If you want any tips or want to know a lot more stuff like this, then consider subscribing to the channel. I make a lot of these all the time, and even though I'm pretty good and I know quite a lot of stuff about Minecraft, I'm still learning all the time too. So let's learn together, shall we? Awesome Player 98, out.
I don't even know where to begin with this one. First off, it's taken me so long to edit this video that I even got a haircut now. Second, this video is actually really good. This is actually the first video I ever made with Premiere Pro, and I was learning it while editing this video. And Premiere Pro has so many epic transitions and different things you can do with video, so I tried to use them all. As you can see, each different number was a creative new effect. And this actually turns out really well. I think my favorite effect was number 16.
Probably the thing I hate the very most about Myinstants.
Number 13 references the wrong text in 15 things you're doing wrong in Minecraft. Number 14 is just actually wrong. MOJANG, yes, I do still pronounce it MOJANG. It's a habit and it still sounds pretty cool. Because number 1, MOJANG has actually said that you can pronounce it any way you like. But number 2, in official MOJANG videos, they actually do say a MOJANG.
Not to brag, but I single-handedly and handsomely broke into the MOJANG Studios bins last night.
This video is actually structured very similarly to the 15 things you're doing wrong in Minecraft, in that maybe 25% of them are just personal preference to be ranting, and 75% of them are actually useful Minecraft tricks. And a lot of them are the same tricks, just stated in a different way. I think it's just really funny. The last one is pretty much, you're bad at Minecraft. Accepted. And finally, this video didn't actually have a script. At least I can't find it in my big Google document of all my YouTube video scripts. Except that's not actually true because none of my videos are scripted. Like for example, here's my YouTube channel script kind of document. I do have the intro scripted out, but for the rest of these, they're literally just kind of bullet points to help me kind of remember specific numbers, remember what the secret actually is. But yeah, even this video, just all the comments I have aren't scripted. Like I'll literally just have to kind of remember some stuff in my head, and I'll just say the words again sometimes if they didn't flow that smoothly. I don't know, like. And I'll just sometimes say the words again if they don't flow all that smoothly. It is definitely very hard to edit. Anyway, let's see. The next one is... Ooh, okay, so this next one. Let's just watch the video. I'll explain it afterwards. But basically, this was an important video.
10 things you never knew about Steve. Number 1. Did you know that before Steve had these friends, he had these friends? Black Steve, Rana, and Beast Boy were some of the most original Minecraft characters. And they look very different from how they look today. Being more squishy and being really weird, honestly. I'm kind of glad that these didn't get implemented, although some of them are kind of cute. Number 2. Did you know that Steve's worn other clothes before? There's one trailer for Minecraft, there's a skin that was shown but never used, where Steve had mossy cobblestone pants and a gray shirt. Number 3. Did you know that Steve has acne? Yes, Minecraft is turning 13 years old very soon. I think it's about to be 13. And that is kind of the age for puberty most of the time. And so a lot of players have noticed that, especially on Bedrock Edition, there's a white dot on Steve's forehead that they believe to be acne. Less prominent on Java, but it's still really weird. Number 4. Did you know that when Notch was asked what Steve's name should be, then he didn't quite know and just said Steve as a joke, but it became the actual official name for it when Bedrock Edition came around. Number 6. This one is probably the most heard of all the facts, but it's still kind of cool. Did you know that Steve's smile, or at least what people think is a smile, is actually a beard? It messed me up so much when I was a kid. I really thought it was a smile. I just cannot see this as being a beard. My mind won't let me. Number 7. A lot of videos like to make up stuff about Steve's strength. They like to say, oh, Steve can hold this much pounds or stuff. But as much fun as it is to make those cool calculations, his strength is actually infinite, because with commands, you can actually put shulker boxes inside of shulker boxes. And with mods and hacks, you can put as many inside of each other as you want. So that means that Steve's strength is infinite. 8. Did you know that Steve and Alex are actually romantic interests? Either that or best friends. It's kind of hard to tell. In the official LEGO magazine, which isn't the most official source for Steve lore, but is definitely far from the most unofficial, then in one volume, Steve and Alex are romantic interests, and in another one, they're best friends. And for number 9, in that same magazine, then they talk about Steve's interest being mining and alchemy. If you want to find out what Alex's are, 50 likes on this video, and I'll make one about Alex. And finally, the 10th fact, the one that you are least likely to have known, is that there used to be 8 variations of Steve. I don't have the list in front of me, but there was Athlete Steve, Cyclist Steve, Boxer Steve, Scottish Steve, Boxing Steve, MOJANG Steve, and I think that was it of the Steves. So now you know those 10 facts about Steve. You're probably tired of hearing my mouth say Steve, so if you want to find other Minecraft secrets, then check out this video right here. You won't regret it. All of them are pretty cool. See ya there.
Every video after this point is a 10 secrets you never knew about blank, except for 15 secrets you never knew about the Warden, but that counts. And so basically what happened was I was on a live stream one time, and one of my fans who's on almost all my live streams, thank you so much by the way, named KingAlive69, he was like, yo, can I give you some video ideas? And I was like, I've never declined video ideas. And he started spouting some video ideas. I was like, okay, those are okay, those are cool. And then he said 10 secrets you never knew about Steve. And I was like, hold up, wait a second, that one is really good. And so I made this video. Now my channel was really struggling during this point. I was struggling to break 1,000 views. Most of my videos would get like maybe 200 views at max. But this one, when it first came out, it got about 375. And I was like, hey, that's pretty good. I'm thankful for that. Until December 8th, when all of a sudden it started scaling, like it was climbing to be my most viewed video ever. And then it did kind of just randomly stop. I have a feeling that that has to do something with the summer starting, maybe something like that. But basically, this is my most viewed video on my channel. So if you're a YouTuber and you just posted a video that you really don't feel is doing all that great, then have hope. Also, you may have noticed I skipped number 5. I did actually have a number 5 in my notes. I just completely forgot to talk about it somehow. And it's that Steve is 5'11". But anyway, yeah, not really much to say about that one. On to 10 secrets you never knew about Alex.
So guys, a few months ago, I made a video about 10 secrets you never knew about Steve. And after you're done watching this video, you should check that one out too, because it's just as crazy as this one. In that video, I said that if I got 50 likes, that I would make one about Alex, and it got 100 likes. So this video is 10 facts you never knew about Alex. Number 1 is that in 2017, Minecraft released an official Minecraft skin pack for Minecon 2017, and in it had this skin called Party Alex. Not too crazy, but a lot of people don't know this. In fact, when researching this video, that was the first time I figured out about it too. She's kind of hot, honestly. Number 2 is that in Minecraft Legacy Console Edition, so this means like Xbox and PlayStation editions, you know, the ones we kind of played when we were kids, or at least I played when I was a kid. Then there's 8 other Alex skins shown on screen right now. This goes to show that Alex isn't necessarily just like one person. She's kind of like Barbie, honestly. That one name that could be used to describe a lot of different kind of types of like people. As not all these skins have the same skin tone or like hair color or anything. Number 3, Alex was added 5 years after Steve in September 2014. Number 4, Alex was modeled after Jeb, one of the game's programmers. You might recognize that name from when you name a sheep Jeb underscore, it becomes all rainbowy. Well, he looks very similar to Alex, and she was modeled after him. And this was actually confirmed pretty recently in a Minecraft video where he says,
I took inspirations from the way I look with red hair and pale skin in order to make sure that at least I could blame it on me if people had complaints about the way the skin looked.
Number 5, in my favorite book of all time, Minecraft the Mountain, I actually have it right here, and an official Minecraft book. See, it says official Mojang Studios product on it. It goes to describe Alex, or as in this story, she's called Summer. And yes, this is the same person as it describes. She has a green shirt and red hair. But in this book, it reveals that Alex is British.
Crispity, crunchy, munchy, crackerjack, snacker, nibbler, snap and crack, pop, Westerpool, Chestershire, Queen's lovely, jubbly delights. That's rather a bit cringe, innit, bro?
Either that or possibly Australian, because it's never full out said. But she says Z instead of Z, and says biscuit instead of cookie, leaving her either to be British or Australian. 6. Now, Alex actually has an old texture just like Steve, because of course they're always slightly tweaking and improving the skins. But in this old texture, there were some secrets. Some secret glasses, which is a reference to Jeb, who wears glasses. And a little bit of the like Steve arm kind of in there. Number 7. Did you ever wonder why Alex was added? Pretty obvious it seems, right? Just like adding new characters. Steve needed a friend. But it's also because Steve, even though never specifically stated that he was a boy, it's pretty obvious that it's a kind of masculine design. And Minecraft was being seen a bit as a boys game. In order to stop having this, then they added Alex. But even though this is the case, and a lot of us have heard this story, there was actually a female character in Minecraft way before Alex, named Rana. I go a little bit more into this one on the Steve video. so make sure to watch that one after. Number 8. Alex doesn't really have anything physical that sets her apart from Steve, having the same strength, being the same height. One thing to notice is that her arms are 1 pixel thinner, but we've all seen this. Number 9. In the official LEGO magazine, it's revealed that Alex likes to build, explore, and hunt. Sounds pretty fun, honestly. I bet if you saw last time's video, you were dying to hear what Alex liked. And number 10 is that despite Steve's new appearance being a bit different in Java and Bedrock, then the skin for Alex is pretty much the exact same. One thing to note is that though on Java Edition, it's a little bit brighter, even her shirt and her pants, but they have nearly the exact same design and the exact same pixels. And those were 10 secrets you never knew about Alex. Now make sure to go watch this one about Steve, like I've said a lot. Or if you've already seen that one, here's another video you might like. See you there. She's kind of hot on that.
I'm actually in the same shirt this time. Let's go. I'm editing this faster. But it does actually really help that these videos are getting a lot shorter. With the original longer videos, the 47 length ones, it did make sense to have them be really long as a new channel. Having a big number in the title can help people want to click on it. But as my editing style was getting more advanced and it was getting harder to post, it felt like a good idea to switch to 10s at a time. And 10 actually seems to be a really good number because it seems to be just barely pushing the limit of how many secrets you could get with a certain mob or character. For example, this one about Alex, I was actually really impressed all these cool in-depth things I found, some of which I don't actually remember, and it's good to rewatch these videos. Make sure that I don't become rusty in the Minecraft secrets space. I did remember 5 this time, thank goodness. And this is actually the first video in which I have a green screen. I got this green screen from my grandmother for Christmas. So yeah, thank you so much, Grandma. And as you can see here, I hadn't really used it yet. A lot of people complain that I'll just have it in the corner a lot of times and have it not turned on or anything. But I think it's good. I think it works. It's a cool background. I also just love the stock imagery with my icon over it at the end, like that guy. I present to you 10 secrets you never knew about creepers. Number 1, I have a book here called The Mob Bestiary. It's an official Mojang book. It was published 7 years ago. In 2017, I was pretty surprised when 2017 was 7 years ago. 7?! That can't be right! Time flies. This book covers detailed drawings, like illustrations, of the inner workings of Minecraft mobs, has a bunch of description, and it's just overall super useful for finding secrets and lore. And on the creeper page, then we find this is what a creeper looks like on the inside. It has TNT hooked up to it, and it has a kind of trail running from its brain to the TNT, which you can use to ignite it. And it says here that creepers have tiny brains that are programmed only to stalk and explode. So if you ever wonder if there's any other thoughts that creepers are thinking, or a creeper stream or something, apparently not. Unfortunately, the book doesn't really give us any other details in this, mostly just talking about charged creepers and exactly how creepers work, but none of it is a secret. But that's where Notch himself comes in for number 2. So if you didn't know, Minecraft was created by this guy named Marcus Persson, nicknamed Notch. And he said, quote, "I imagine creepers as being made of leaves or similar. I don't know why they explode." So this proves that creepers are leafy creatures. In fact, a lot of these textures are taken straight from the original leaf textures, but it's mostly just the colors. It's not exact enough for it to be a secret of its own. Although you can kind of see it here, I guess. These kind of like comma looking things, I always thought they looked like commas. For number 3, Notch also said that creepers are dry and crunchy, and that they're camouflaged. Because originally, Minecraft was very bright green. Number 4, we all know and love splash text, the little yellow text that goes on your main screen when you open the game. Things inside of the splash text can be really funny, or can be really cool, or can be an Easter egg. Starting in beta 1.3, and it's still here to this day, is the splash text, "The creeper is a spy," which is a reference to the popular game Team Fortress 2, which Notch really likes. I guess it does confirm that creepers are spies though. Although does that mean that they do think about spying people and that they don't just think about stalking? I guess stalking and spying can be pretty similar. Number 5. Creepers don't really make any noises, as we all know by the way they sneak up on us. But they do make footsteps now, and they do make a so that is a pretty big noise. But when they were originally added, they made no noises at all. So they could sneak up on you just in an instant. I'm glad that they added noises. And while that secret might be really cool and like old and all that stuff, there's a modern creeper secret that is crazy. Blew my mind when I first found it out. On the official Minecraft shop, not sponsored by the way, but it is pretty cool if you love Minecraft as much as I do, then you can look at these characters tags for things. And what would you expect to have the #1 amount of things in it, like merchandise? Well, under Steve it has 10 products, and a lot of the other Minecraft merchandise actually does still have Steve on it, but these are the ones that mostly feature Steve. There's 22 Alex products. It's a little bit surprising that there's more Alex stuff than Steve stuff, but you won't even guess how many creeper stuff there is. There is more creeper merchandise on the Minecraft website than there is Steve and Alex merch combined at 71. Remember, Steve and Alex merch combined was 32. There's more than twice the amount of creeper stuff. So next time that you're thinking of Minecraft and you think of Steve immediately, think of the creeper instead. I mean, in the logo, then there is a creeper face, so no Steve face is there. But when it comes to creeper secrets, that's not even the tip of the iceberg. So I guess that means that we would be like above the water if that wasn't the tip of the iceberg. Because in Minecraft version 15W31A, a version of Minecraft 9 years old. Wow, 9 years, getting so old. And yes, it is only this version of Minecraft where it works. In this version of Minecraft, after you beat the Ender Dragon, like I just barely did, then in order to respawn it, let's see if I can do this the right way. Let's see. As you can see, if you built clay in the shape of a creeper face, it would respawn the Ender Dragon. And apparently make this crazy. Wow, I learned about this yesterday researching for this video. I never knew about this. This is absolutely crazy. How do I escape now? Oh, back into new Minecraft. It's so much nicer, but the old one's very nostalgic. That was around the same version that I started playing. And for number 8, most monsters, such as zombies or skeletons, have their own specific, oh no, these guys are gonna be super loud, aren't they? Have their very own specific walking noises. These skeletons kind of make a rattling sound, zombies kind of make a zombie sound, and even things like cows will make a cow sound. But creepers, they walk the exact same noises as players do, which can make it really hard to know if it's your own footsteps or a creeper's. And number 9, this one's a little bit more of a technical one. Now apparently, and I haven't tested this out beforehand, so hopefully it works, and hopefully it's not fake news. That'd be sad. Anyway, apparently it takes longer for a creeper to explode if it's just barely taken fall damage than if it's just normal. So let's see, this is normal. And my editor will display on screen how long exactly it took for that creeper to explode. Now let's see if I can get this right. Now, if we have a creeper off of somewhere high, okay, let's see. Oh, that felt way shorter. Maybe it takes shorter for it to explode. Yeah, editing 98 here. And apparently it's just the fall damage is a direct cause of how long. So here it took about 0.7 seconds, which lines up with how far it fell. And there's no way that this one is fake because it comes straight from the Minecraft wiki. It's basically the big old boring fact book for Minecraft. It's still really cool. It's boring in the best way possible. And for the 10th and final fact, you may notice that I haven't said in this video secret that the creeper was originally a pig that Notch messed up. Well, that's because everybody knows about it. Even my mom knows about that one. But what you may not have known about that is when that first happened, you know what Notch said? He said, quote, "It looks creepier when animated, haha. I'll keep it for a creepy creature," smiley face. So yeah, the creeper was intended to be creepy. And that was 10 secrets you never knew about the creeper. Oh, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And especially for you, because you watched till the very end, I have a secret 11th secret for you. In the April Fool's update, 20W14 Infinite, which added infinite dimensions to Minecraft. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. It's one of my favorite updates. In the secret dimension called Brand, it has a whole lot of pictures of creepers' faces. things made out of all sorts of colors and different blocks. But the worst part about it is they did it wrong. It's not the actual creeper face. I bet somebody at MOJANG was fired after that one. Anyway, thank you so much for watching till the end. And if you'd like to see 10 secrets you never knew about everyone's favorite blocky friend, Steve, click the video right here. Or if you're in more of an Alex mood, then click the video right under it. Thanks for watching. This was the longest I ever managed to make one of these, being even longer than the 15 secrets you never knew about the Warden. 98, you try to make these as long as you can. Yes, I do. I need watch time. Yes, I know I absolutely fail at it. I always just cut out whatever random gibberish I'm saying that doesn't actually contribute to the video. Ever wonder why I make a 2-hour-long video combining them all? Anyway, on to the actual secrets in the video. Nah, I'm just kidding with you guys. Thank you for watching all the way to this point in the video, actually. Especially if you've already seen all these before. I know it could get a little bit annoying watching them again, but it can also be pretty cool because these are honestly pretty epic secrets. And as you can tell, this is the easiest one to find secrets for because there is a secret 11th one. But obviously this is a 249 facts video plus the 250th one at the end. But you know, I think that we can kind of count that as not being an extra one because there's already been a few that might be a little bit duplicate. Or we also forgot number 5 in the Steve one. So yeah, it's still gonna add up to 249. Also, this is the first one of the kind of red style thumbnails where I added a little bit of a maze design. I think it makes it look really cool because if you're all zoomed out, if you're watching on a small device, you can't really see it. It doesn't really just track from anything. But if you can see more detail and stuff, then it adds a really nice touch. And I guess it kind of became my channel's theme a little bit, didn't it? For a small part of number 7, I actually do place my camera at the bottom right corner, which, as you guys probably know, is what I do for all of them now. As you can see, I didn't quite have my green screen effect figured out yet. And in fact, not even until halfway through editing this video did I realize there's an option to have it be more aggressive than usual and get out all those kind of weird gray stuff. Oh well, you edit, you learn. This video is also when I started using songs and tracks from Heatley Bros, 2 brothers that make copyright-free pixel music. That's actually really good. I use it in all my videos now, because you know it's good to keep a consistent theme with your music, and it's pretty pixely, kind of like Minecraft. So if you're making YouTube videos and you're wondering which kind of music you should make, probably go check them out. Not sponsored, by the way. Anyway, at this point I was getting really good at finding these secrets because for the next one, I actually did 20. Piglins are one of Minecraft's most iconic mobs. They've been in the game almost since it was created, and they've changed a lot over the years. Trust me, when you get to the end of this video, you're gonna see that this is way different than what they started out as. And they have tons of secrets. So these are 10 secrets you never knew about piglins. Number 1, depending on how long you've played Minecraft for, I feel like I've played it for quite a while, but some people out there have been playing it for 15 years, which is how long the game's been out for. But anyway, you may remember that piglins didn't used to be called piglins. They used to be called pigmen. So there didn't used to be zombified piglins and just plain piglins. They used to just be called pigmen. And in fact, this is where we're going to be starting. We're going to be starting at the beginning of when pigmen were made. We're going to be going down the timeline looking at secrets and their history. And so, number 2, this pink texture that's in their texture that we all know and love, and it's been there forever. It didn't actually used to be green. This used to be red when it was first coming out, but Notch decided that he didn't like the blood, stating, quote, "It's more fun to be scary without blood." And you know, I agree with him. It's really easy to just make things all like gory and pass it off as scary, but it's so much cooler to make your own kind of unique scary things. And besides, Minecraft wouldn't be as kid-friendly of a game if it was like that. For number 3, originally the original texture of piglins looked like this, of course. But before the hat layer was added, you know, that thing that lets you add accessories to your head, like cat ears or headphones or a sweater, that didn't used to exist, or at least it didn't used to exist on piglins. So it was just a skull for them. For the longest time, baby pigmen actually still had this, so their heads were just skulls. Number 4, how do things get added to Minecraft? Most of the time, things get added to Minecraft because just the devs think it up. There's also the Minecraft feedback page where you can submit your own feedback for the game, and if your thing gets enough upvotes, then MOJANG might add it. But back in the early days, it was mostly just not coming up with stuff. But the idea of a pigman was actually suggested by a guy named Mick Lee, and as a reward for coming up with the idea, Notch gave him this special cape a bacon cape. Only he has. I wish I had my own special cape. And guys, at 100 million subscribers, we are gonna ask Notch, or Jeb, I guess now, to make us a custom cape. Even though we aren't hitting 100 million anytime soon, I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe. I make videos like these all the time, so if you love learning more about Minecraft, similar to skip the tutorial videos, or if you just like having fun, because I do challenge videos too all the time, then make sure to subscribe. Number 4. Bro, you already did 4. It's number 5. When pigmen were being made, their texture, not this texture was designed by professionals, but the original texture that was in the game for so long, that inspired this one too, was made by a guy named Zophobia. And in the original textures, there's a secret message that says, "Thanks, Zophobia," written by Notch. And you can't see it in game, but you can see it if you look in the game's code, or at least if you looked in the game's code. It's not there anymore. Number 5. I don't know why I messed up the number again. In the script, it even says number 6. In beta 1.7, like some kind of early versions, it was removed in beta 1.8. Then Piglin actually dropped pork, and this was cooked pork too. Kind of sad that they don't drop it anymore, but you know, it kind of makes sense. Be just as gross as eating rotten flesh. Number 7. The idea for pigmen was they're just a normal pig dude. Here's the texture, and the texture actually was added into the game, but it was never implemented. And zombified piglin, or just zombie pigmen as they used to be called, are the official zombified versions of these. Kind of like adding the zombie villager, but never adding the villager. And speaking of villagers, for number 8, these pigmen were actually going to be the inhabitants of the villages before the certificates were added. Yep, that was the original name of the villager too. I hope I don't make it 10 secrets you never knew about villagers, because it's gonna be a little bit sad if I have to do that fact over again. You guys are gonna be like, 98, we've already heard this one. We know that villagers used to be called testificates. One of my favorite original Minecraft animations is called Testificate Man by Element Animation. Make sure to go check it out, it's really funny. Testificate Man, Testificate Man, Testificate Man. And number 9 is that you were going to be able to hire these pigmen as bodyguards. And number 10, the last one, right, is that pigmen, you're probably so confused by me saying pigmen. It keeps messing with my brain. Originally, when they were changed to piglin, I thought it was confusing and I kept saying pigmen, but now I can't stop saying piglin. Anyway, originally they had 2 armor points just built into them, so it was like they were always wearing an iron helmet. Of course, this was removed when they added the ability for them to wear armor, but it was a cool way of having them be tougher than the zombie, because like in every other way, they were the zombie. Like they literally had the same code as zombies. Wait a second, all of these facts are about the past, and I thought that I said that I was going to get to all the history about how they became the piglins and all that. Well, this video actually has a part 2. Of course, I'm just kidding. Here's the actual thumbnail for it. And it's already out, don't worry. I released these 2 at the same time. Make sure to click on it right now, please. Oh, and before you go, make sure to like the video. So right off, this is the most edited of any of my videos so far. I was really starting to get a groove for the quality and making really big intros and all sorts of stuff. Piglins are one of Minecraft's most iconic mobs. They've been in the game almost since it was created, and they've changed a lot over the years. Trust me, when you get to the end of this video, you're gonna see that this is way different than what they started out as, and they have tons of secrets. So these are 10 secrets you never knew about piglins. And actually, for fact number 9, I was actually staring in the corner of this kind of netherrack wall because I forgot to look at my notes that I felt like number 9 should come after number 7 or something. There was just some weird ordering with how I ordered the clips, so I thought that I was gonna have to put that before. And obviously, as I've been traveling around this whole kind of nether landscape, I didn't want it to be obvious that I had gone back, so I decided to look at this corner inconspicuously. I also learned about the morph cut transition for the first time, which is pretty cool. And then I keep talking about how this is a 2-part. Now I'll let you get to the second part because they were actually recorded on the same file and intended to be pretty much the same video. I just wanted to get twice the amount of views. 10 more secrets you never knew about piglins. If you haven't seen the first one, just called 10 secrets you didn't know about piglins, here's a link to it right there. Make sure to watch that one first. You don't have to, but it'd be really good because we're going in chronological of all the history of piglins. Alright, thanks for watching part 2. So, fact 11. In 1.9, you could convert pigmen to villagers. Yeah, similar to how you convert zombified villagers into villagers, then you could do the same with piglins. But if you try it, it's not going to work because it is only with commands. Here's the command on screen right now. And here's it in action. For number 12, so I've said Pigman a bunch in this video, and I've said Piglin a bunch in this video, but why the change? Well, it's not just rebranding. In fact, there was actually a direct reason why they changed it. Piglin is more gender neutral. As you know, Pigman is kind of men, and we all know that in Minecraft, there's no genders. So this change was made. Well, I don't have any materials, and I'm trying to read off back, so it's pretty hard to do those two things at the same time. Anyway, number 13. Did you know that Piglin actually try to attack Hoglins all the time? Yeah, whenever Piglins come across Hoglins, then they'll try to attack them. And each time that they kill a Hoglin, there's a small chance for them to do a victory dance. And it looks like this. Even better than Fortnite emotes in my opinion. Number 14. So, do you think that Piglins count as monsters or not? Because, you know, they are friendly most of the time. At least zombified Piglins are. And normal Piglins are plenty friendly when you're wearing gold. But did you know that you can actually sleep in a bed around these guys? Yep, you aren't going to get any, you may not sleep now, there's monsters nearby. Here, let me test it just to make sure. Okay, here are some Piglin brutes. I'm not sure if it's going to work near these guys. Okay, so yeah, you can't sleep when Piglin brutes are around. Let's see, here's some zombified Piglins that aren't mad at me. Okay, yeah, sleeping works. But if I'm get one mad, yeah, I can't rest, there's monsters nearby. For number 15, yeah, apparently using commands to get water in the nether just works. For number 15, zombified Piglin don't actually drown. They're immune to lava and to water, which is crazy. See, look, nothing's happening. They're just completely fine. Number 16, so we know that wither skeletons and Piglins hate each other, and Piglins will attack wither skeletons. But for a short time, there was a bug in the code. Some people thought that was a feature, but it was a bug that they would only attack wither skeletons in groups. So if there was just one Piglin, then it would not attack wither skeletons. I don't know why they changed it. It kind of makes sense. I wouldn't attack one of these guys by myself either if I had their armor. But that's a pretty neat secret, especially since there haven't been all that many bugs concerning Piglins. They've been pretty well coded so far. Okay, that was a bit of a lie. I know that often what happens is, here, let's see if I can even get a clip from one of my speed runs.
What is that noise? Okay.
Bro, how do you... What the heck is this glitch?
What?
I need to send it to Gamers React.
Gamers React did not accept my submission, unfortunately. But besides that, they've been mostly bug-free. Number 17, if you give a Piglin armor, like for example, there, netherite chestplate. Yeah, it is always going to take that armor. Yeah, this one has some pants on. If we give it leather pants, which are not as good as gold pants. You see, this is +3 armor and this is +2. Oh, hey, I was misinformed. Apparently this does not work out. Okay, that's the thing. When I get suggestions like these from comments, I always have to check them first, because a lot of times these secrets that you guys give me in comments, a lot of times they've been updated to not work anymore. If you have any secrets that you think I should try out, that you want to see if they're real or not, make sure to comment them below. Thank you to Hamburger Bros for suggesting this one. But 98, you might be saying, his fact was fake news. Yeah, maybe it was, but he also suggested another one that is not. And it is that baby zombified Piglin, baby Piglin just in general, will never grow up. It's so sad. But yeah, I guess it kind of makes sense. If they're dead, you can't really grow up, right? And for number 19, Piglin have a fear of soulfire. Piglins have fears of a lot of things, and one of the things that they have a fear of is soulfire. As you can see, he be running. And the Minecraft website gives an even stranger thing about it. The Minecraft website reveals that they have a peculiar fear of soulfire. So this isn't just a strange feature to them. This is one of their defining traits, one of their most important characteristics. But of all the things that they fear, why this one so specifically? They don't even have a fear of normal fire. Pretty strange and secretive, if you ask me. Maybe there's some lore involved? And for number 20, did you know that on Chiseled Blackstone that there's a snout on it, which is for the Piglins? But it doesn't stop there because there's also a snout banner pattern and a snout armor trim. This is what the banner pattern looks like. It's just a kind of nice snout, and this is what the snout armor trim looks like. But strangely enough, there's no snout on it. They named this thing Snout and then didn't even put a snout on it. Look, there's no pig noses anywhere. Noses look like this, not this. And then what the heck even is this helmet? It just has odds at the side. And those were 20. Yeah, you guys expected 10, but I brought 20 secrets you never knew about piglins. And if you learned something new, even if one secret was something that you didn't know, then make sure to like the video and comment how many you knew below. I knew almost none of these before making this video, so they were new to me. It's okay to learn something new through a video. It's okay to not know everything, because when you don't know everything, you know who you can go to find all of Minecraft's answers. Awesome Player 98, your source for Minecraft fun. Now, if you'd like to know 10 secrets you never knew about the creeper, then check out this video. Or if you'd like to see ones about Steve, make sure to check out this video. As you can see, I make these quite often. See ya. A pretty amazing video, I'd have to say. It was very well edited, although, as I've been saying a whole bunch, because this is on the same recording file, it started to get really laggy. At least really laggy for me editing. Therefore, I wasn't able to add very much. And actually, I think I know what caused it. In number 14, I have 6 images shown at the same time, which means that I have to use a lot of different video layers, which makes Premiere Pro get kind of laggy. So while it looked pretty cool for maybe the 15 seconds it was in there, maybe it would have been a little bit better if it wasn't. But honestly, I don't think the video was missing much. It was still pretty cool. For number 16, when I'm sad about not getting on Gamers React, I actually do have a Gamers React clip now. Here, let me show it to you guys. Oh, yo, we got another one. Oh, bro, getting shot at from all sides and angles. Yo, we got it! Oh my goodness! Wait, guys, that's a Gamers React clip. Look out! So you couldn't really see it because my face cam right here is blocking the way. Face cam to which I forgot to turn on my ring light until now. But basically, I got 2 wither skeleton skulls in a row, which is incredibly rare. But they also kind of left out the part where I mentioned that I was gonna end stream in 30 seconds. So not only did I get 2 wither skeleton skulls, but I got them right as I said I was about to end stream. I'm a little bit sad that my face cam is hidden during that one. It's because it froze. And I also like that they made it brighter. It was a kind of dark clip. Yeah, I submit clips to Gamers React all the time. Some pretty crazy stuff happens to me sometimes. But anyway, for number 19, you can actually very faintly hear the Vsauce theme. And on number 20, then you can hear the X-Files theme, but it's covered up by the other music I was playing. I don't quite remember if I did this just because I was in a rush when I was adding the music, or if I did it on purpose to avoid copyright, which I've never actually gotten copyright claimed on a YouTube video. It's always been on streams. And if you're enjoying the video, I'd really appreciate it if you'd subscribe, because there's a channel called Awesome Player 68, and they're beating us in subscribers. They do Five Nights at Freddy's plushie content, where they're like a collector, and sometimes people confuse us, so we gotta beat it. And yes, I did actually buy his official t-shirt, and yes, it was completely worth it, because 1, the kind of logo thing was bigger than I expected it to be, and 2, has this sick Awesome Player 68 font at the back. If it weren't for that, yeah, it definitely cost too much. And no, I don't have my own official t-shirt yet. Anyway, guys, I'll do something amazing and cool and spectacular if we beat him. Comment down below what that thing should be, because I'll do almost anything. Now, the next video isn't about any mob like the previous ones have been, but rather a whole dimension. 10 secrets you never knew about the end. 10 secrets you never knew about the end. Number 1. So, we all know the big void in the end. You know, the one that's after the first end island, obviously. But did you know there's a second end void? Now, here I am at around 370,600x, and I'm about to find something strange here. Feels so weird going here. Yes, at this X position and at Z as well, because it's like a ring around the center, and generation just stops. Look at this kind of creepy flat wall, and this keeps going and going. But if you keep going this way, away from it all, you're not gonna find anything for another 150,000 blocks. Oh, yep, after a long time, you will come back to the end. It's really weird that this just generates, and you can still place blocks over here that just terrain generation just stops from all the way from way over there to here. Number 2, the end was originally going to be a sky dimension, actually. But as Notch was trying to figure out how lighting calculations would work, because you know Minecraft's lighting goes from the top of the world down to the bottom. If you want to learn more about the lighting, I actually have a full video on it. But anyway, with the way that the sky dimension was going to work, it was just going to be too laggy and it just wasn't going to work out. So notice that there's no lighting in the end. Yep, you just removed lighting entirely and decided to make it a dark dimension instead of a sky dimension. And for number 3, did you know that one of these blocks is an imposter? Or at least it could have been, because when shulkers were originally being thought of, the devs wanted them to be able to camouflage as any block, which would be really cool. But it was too hard for them to code. I know, it was too hard for even MOJANG to code, and MOJANG's the big, really good coding company. They made Minecraft. Number 4, when end ships were originally being made, they actually had beacons in them. Here, let me show you where they were going to be. Yeah, kind of right here. I'm not sure if it was right here, if it was one block lower. I think that right here's good. And yeah, that's why they actually have not only like a hole right there, which I always thought was a bit strange. I mean, like, this hole right here makes sense because it's how you get out the ladder, but why one right here? It just seems like something you fall out of. And that's also why the stained glass is right here. Would have been pretty cool if there were beacons here, but I understand why there's not. There could have been a way easier way to get beacons. But the crazy end ship loot facts, or I guess interior facts, don't stop there, because originally when these were being made, inside there was a hopper with a book and quill. It was where the elytra was. So instead of having an elytra, there was this book, and it was just called Progress by Serge, who's one of the game's developers. And inside, all it read was, "We will have something else here soon, ... And number 6, did you know that on a few seeds, 12 if I remember correctly, it's possible to get an end island that has no end stone? It would be so hard to play that world. You'd have to bridge around everywhere, and if the ender dragon flings you off your bridge, you're a goner. It's crazy that this can even happen. Imagine if there was an overworld without any dirt or stone. And if you're liking the video so far, make sure to like and maybe hit that subscribe button. Also, I stream on Twitch every Wednesday and Friday, so if you're looking for a good live stream, make sure to pop on over. Anyway, back to the video now. Number 7. Now, it seems like I do need to wait 3 nights in survival mode without sleeping, like you usually have to do, but in 18W7A, and a few right after it as well, phantoms actually spawned in the end. And apparently they dropped leather too, and apparently they were black. Now, I think I'm gonna leave this open in the background and wait for a few nights, so then I can get them to spawn naturally. Until then, number 8. When brainstorming ideas for the end and for the name of the Enderman and all that stuff, then one person online suggested a notch that the Enderman should be renamed to the Farlanders because of the famous, or should I say infamous, Farlands that were in the game at that point. But Notch decided that he would rather change the name of the Farlands to the End than change the name of the Enderman to the Farlanders. Therefore, they could be called the Enderman. In a way, that the End is kind of like the Farlands, but on purpose. Alright, say you just barely beat the game, legitimately, not with commands like I just used, and you go to the end poem, which by the way has this really cool new texture, which now I'm realizing it's just a bunch of textures that are repeating and are moving past each other. Dang it! My gosh, young me thought this was the coolest looking thing ever, and it still does look pretty cool. Anyway, so say that it's going by too slow and you're reading it fast. You can hold space and it goes faster. Say you want to skip to like a certain spot and holding space still isn't fast enough. Hold control and space and it'll fly by. Say that you got distracted, kind of like I did, and you want to go back up. You can press the up arrow and it actually works. It's super slow, so maybe don't press the up arrow for all of it, but boom. Wow, a lot of coders that worked on this game. And for the final 10th secret of the video, which by the way, if you're enjoying the video, good job making it this far, make sure to comment how many you knew down below. Anyway, back to the secret. So we all know and love the end crystal, and you see these kind of mysterious characters written on it. Are they enchantment table text? Are they just random scribbles? Do they mean something? Well, these actually aren't enchantment table text because we actually know how to read it and can translate it. It's pretty cool. But instead, these are kind of just scribbles. But if you rearrange them like this Redditor did, you can see that it kind of maybe spells Mojang. I think it'd be too much of a coincidence otherwise. Like, and they love putting little Easter eggs in there. But anyway, those were 10 secrets you never knew about the end. As a quick little 11th, did you know Minecraft actually made a video that's almost exactly like this? It's called 10 Facts About the End or something like that. Slightly different title from this, but in that one they only share about 3 facts about the end because I ran out of things. So I found more secrets than Mojang, which is pretty cool. If that doesn't deserve a subscription, I don't know what does. Anyway, if you like these videos, then check out this one about Steve or maybe this one about Piglins, and see you in the next video. This video had just a little bit too much self-promotion in it. You might not notice it compared to my other videos. It seems like a pretty normal amount, but every single time I self-promoted in here, then about a few hundred people left the video. So yeah, I probably shouldn't have done that, especially since I shut down my Twitch only like a week afterwards. The one in number 7, no, I couldn't actually get it to work where they spawn in the end. I waited a while. Maybe I was doing it wrong, or maybe it's just not true. The 8th one I actually totally forgot about, and that's really impressive, honestly. Kind of cool that nobody really talks about it. Number 9, as you can tell, is kind of a duplicate from, I think, one of the first secrets videos, but since then I realized you could press the up arrow to scroll upwards, so it's not really a duplicate, it's a new thing. For number 11, Mojang already having a secrets video of their own, and it not having nearly as many secrets, they do have a bit of a habit of starting off doing secrets and then just having it transition to like a kind of funny meme video. But basically, yeah, that wasn't gonna be the first time that happened. For the editing, this is really good editing. Not quite as good as the Piglins one, but definitely is still one of my best. And this is when I started to do this kind of zoom in thing, zoom out thing, like each time that I have a cut when I'm talking, which is pretty cool. I really should do that, but as you'll see in a future video, there's a reason why I kind of stopped doing that. Anyway, on to 10 secrets you never knew about chickens. Did you know that baby chickens are just normal chickens, but with the body scaled down, even to the pixel? And did you know that chickens used to be fed with wheat instead of seeds? And did you know that it's possible to spawn 4 baby chickens from 1 egg? Oh my gosh, it just happened! What? Oh my gosh, keep that in the video. Well, anyway, here are 10 secrets you never knew about Minecraft chickens. Number 4, did you know that when chickens are killed off a ledge, you'll see that they actually keep flapping their feathers as they die and fall slower than most mobs. Here's a cow for a reference. Yeah, you see it fell pretty quick. Number 5, did you know that in the Trails and Tales event, you know, that Bedrock server thing that they tried really hard to promote that I'm sure that nobody went to? Well, apparently there were these secret miniature mobs scattered about, and this is what the chicken one looks like. It kind of looks like just the normal chicken, but the eyes are taller and the body part is longer. Kind of weird. It looks like a mix between a baby chicken and a normal chicken, which I guess makes sense. It is a miniature normal chicken. Number 6, with pigs being the first mob added to Minecraft, you'd expect that chickens would be close after, but the chicken was actually the 7th, with the first 6 being the pig, sheep, zombie, skeleton, creeper, spider, and cow. Number 7, did you know that chickens can actually spawn in the nether? But not just like this. Of course, I summoned this one in first, but as a chicken jockey. That's right, a baby zombified piglin can actually spawn riding a chicken, and then a lot of times it'll spawn in a gap like this, so the baby pigman will suffocate, leaving just a chicken behind. But this is a 1 in 400 chance of the zombified piglin becoming a zombified jockey piglin thing. I don't know how to word it. And if you're enjoying, just remember to like and subscribe. It really helps out. Oh my gosh, I didn't know you could pick block on a mob. That's pretty cool. But anyway, chickens have been on many occasions called ducks. Sometimes as jokes and other times as jokes. Yeah, it's pretty much always as jokes. Yep, one time Notch called chickens ducks, and people on Twitter, as people on Twitter do, got mad. But Jeb revealed it was just a joke.
It's a prank, bros!
And actually in the Pocket Edition 0.3.1 alpha changelog, I know that's a really obscure thing, but it says ducks instead of chicken. Not sure if that was just a typo or it's another prank. Now, if you've seen my 10 secrets you never knew about creepers video, which by the way you should check out after this one, then you may know that the combined amount of Alex merch on the Minecraft website and Steve merch didn't even come close to how much creeper merch there was. But it's also true with chicken merch, because there's 48 chicken merch, but there's only 46 for Steve and Alex combined. You can count them yourself if you want, which I guess technically makes the chicken more popular than Steve and Alex, or at least according to merch. And finally, the last secret. So we all know that you can dye sheep, right? Here's a blue sheep, for example. And unfortunately, this doesn't work on chickens. See, look. No blue chicken. But a blue chicken actually has existed. In fact, it was a diamond chicken. And this isn't like a fake video or thing. I know a lot of kids YouTubers now these days will do fake, diamond mob guys, oh my gosh. But obviously you can't get it in the game, right? Because otherwise I'd be showing it right now. That's because this was part of an April Fool's update. Yeah, Java Edition gets all these really fun updates on April Fool's Edition. And this one was called Minecraft 2.0. And instead of laying eggs, it laid diamonds. Presumably because they're a similar shape, you know, but it's also just a pretty funny joke. And those were 10 secrets you never knew about the chicken. Make sure to comment how many below you didn't know. And if you'd like to know 10 secrets you never knew about piglins, or 10 secrets you never knew about the end dimension, make sure to click these videos here. And make sure to subscribe, because I make these all the time. See ya then. There's so many small things I just love about this video, so I'm gonna list them all in a CinemaWins style kind of rapid fire. Did you know that Pixabay is playing the scaling sound effect here? There's a 0.39 chance of this happening, and it happened first try. The text transition here is really smooth. Loud equals funny. The slow-mo part here is silent, no music. This fact right here would be one of the most boring in the video if it weren't for these epic graphics, which makes it the best one. Well, maybe the number 3 beats it, because you know it was a 1 in 256 chance, so. Pro PvP footage that I found online. This is a seamless transition. Ignore that part. You can actually spawn riding a chicken and then reverse vine boom. You can see my recording setup, the old one where I also showed what was on my second monitor for some reason. So you can actually see my script right here. The YTP subscribe. If you don't know what that's referencing, go watch this video right here.
It's a prank, bros.
Meme footage. I don't actually include all that much meme footage for some reason. And that's pretty much all there is about this video. It is the shortest one so far, but it's because I tried doing a whole bunch of the intro for retention. Anyway, on to 10 secrets you never knew about the zombie. 10 secrets you never knew about the zombie. Number 1. Did you know that when you kill zombies with fire aspect swords, they have the chance to drop baked potatoes? Because zombies can drop potatoes and carrots, killing them with the fire aspect sword means that they can drop baked. Was crazy enough. Yo, oh my gosh, that just happened. I didn't actually like stage that or anything. Wow, that's very rare. Well, that just proves my point. Proves it's a real legit secret. But you know what's not a real legit secret? So we all know that zombies can pick up items like totems of undying, right? But a lot of people are, oh my gosh, that sound is so loud. Editor, please turn that down. But anyway, a lot of people think that there's no way to get it back because when you kill the zombie, then it just uses the totem. So if you give it to a zombie, then it's just gone. But this is not true because if you throw a sword or something like that to a zombie that has a totem in its hand, then as you can see, yep, it flips the sword out for the totem. So that's how you get your totems back from zombies.
But you know what's not a real legit secret?
Number 3, and continuing with the theme of item-themed zombie things, because it's pretty cool that they can pick stuff up and wear stuff. You know that the sun being up right now, you know, usually kills zombies, right? But it's actually damaging the helmet of the zombie that wears it right now. So it's slowly getting more and more damaged until it'll break. And I believe that you have to reload the world to see the helmet come off, because Minecraft's code wasn't made for things like this breaking just in the middle of gameplay. Same thing happens with pillagers' bows, actually, which is how you could get them bowless. See, if I were to kill it right now, then you could see that some of the durability is worn. Although that might just be for me attacking it. Number 4. So a lot of times I would read these books, these like Minecraft books, that said if a zombie spawned where a chicken was, or something like that, then it would spawn a chicken jockey. And obviously this is not true. There's not just chickens and then all of a sudden they have a zombie riding them. Instead what happens is when the game is spawning zombies and spawning chicken jockeys, it looks to see if there's a chicken nearby. And if there is, then it makes the chance of the next zombie being a chicken jockey 1 in 200, or a 0.5% chance. But if there's not a chicken there, sorry chicken, then it's only 1 in 400 chance. So if you're ever making a chicken jockey farm, make sure to keep that in mind. And you know, chickens and zombies are more alike than they might seem, because actually, originally when zombies were being added, then Notch didn't know what to have them drop when they died. So they actually dropped a feather. Then Notch added the chicken. Because did you know there were no chickens when the zombie was first added? Because the zombie was the second mob ever added. Oh my gosh, I think that there's an increased reach distance in this update. That's pretty cool. Oh yeah, you can change this with commands now. That's pretty cool. Oh my gosh, what if I... Oh my... Number 7, and I know that this is gonna mess with me, the further reach as I'm punching around. But anyway, when zombies were first being added and there wasn't really that much armor in the game, then Notch, still being inspired by all his other games, because remember, he's made games other than Minecraft as well, decided that zombies should have armor, and their armor looked like this, but they didn't offer any extra protection.
And if you're liking the video so far, make sure to use your extra reach distance to hit that subscribe button.
Number 8. In version 1.5, zombies actually, the more weak they were, like the less health they had left, the stronger their punches were. Which means that a zombie at like full health would not do nearly as much damage as a zombie that's nearly dead. And while that's a really cool idea, I think it'd be kind of scary. Zombies already pack quite the punch. As Steve's punch is only 1 damage point, and zombies are like 5. At least I could reach farther than them. So obviously this was removed after 1.5. Number 9. Zombies also have 2 armor points built into them at all time, meaning that it's like they're wearing an iron helmet at all times. And for secret number 10, did you know that zombies on Wednesdays and Fridays only are watching my streams? Okay, of course that's not the actual secret 10, because fact number 10 is that sometimes when you're in villages, I assume in survival mode, and this also includes just villages that you make yourself that include enough villagers for it to count, then sometimes this special thing called a zombie siege can spawn that can have 20 zombies in it, just like a big horde of like 20 zombies just come out of nowhere. And actually none of these can be husks or drowned. Now this is only on Java edition, which is good because Bedrock edition on its own is already hard enough. But anyway, those were 10 secrets you never knew about the zombie, one of Minecraft's oldest mobs. But you know what the oldest mob is? It's the pig. And while I don't quite have a video on pig, this one is my favorite one of all time. I think this is the best tips secrets video I've ever had ever. And actually has a really cool story behind it as well. So this one was actually recorded before the chicken video. I think they were recorded on the same day, but this one was definitely recorded before it. But what happened was I decided I need an editor. So I started looking online for people to edit my videos. And so I decided, you know what, I'll have someone online edit this zombie one. So I searched far and wide, and by that I mean I asked like 4 people, but I wasn't really satisfied with any of the results. One guy just never responded to me. He said he was gonna start working on it, and then he just never did. This other guy, I just wasn't all that satisfied with the result, and it just wasn't going all that great. So I had this one guy make a short of this video, 10 secrets you never knew about the zombie. Number 1, did you know that when you kill zombies with fire aspect swords, then they have the chance to drop baked potatoes? Because zombies can drop potatoes and carrots, killing them with the fire aspect sword means that they can drop baked potatoes, crazy enough. Yo, oh my gosh, that just happened. I didn't actually like stage that or anything. Wow, that's very rare. So we all know that zombies can pick up items like totems of undying, right? A lot of people think that there's no way to get it back because when you kill the zombie, then it just uses the totem like that. So if you give it to a zombie, then it's just gone. But this is not true, because if you throw a sword or something like that to a zombie that has a totem in its hand, and then as you can see, yep, it flips the sword out for the totem. So that's how you get your totems back from zombies. But after I edited the chicken video, I was like, alright, gotta do it myself, I guess. And I pulled out a banger. I don't know what happened during the editing of this video, like if I just had a lot of extra time or what happened, but just all of the jokes in this video hit so hard, I'd say. I mean, I was the one that made them, so obviously rich of me to say. But my favorites in this video are the why does Minecraft not have a picture text that flashes for half a sec? And the text that flashed for half a sec that says, my grandma, what big face you have. All the better to ask you to like and subscribe with. Also, I love that I don't carry on the outro too long this time like I do in all the other videos. I'm just like, okay, bye. We all know that the Wardens have gone through a lot of concept designs and art, but did you know that there were over 175 different concepts? Not only do Wardens have a lot of concepts, but they also just have a lot of cool gameplay mechanics that you may have never known about. That could save your life. Your Minecraft life, obviously. It's a good thing these things aren't in real life. But anyway, here are 15 secrets you never knew about the Warden. Number 2, one of the original concepts looked like this. Now keep in mind that these weren't going to be the actual colors. When adding new mobs and new models, then they tested test the designs first with bright colors. Show what side each side is on, I guess. Blue being the front, red being the left, green being the right, and yellow being the back. So in its true colors, it would have looked something a bit more like this. Number 3, the Warden actually had 3 concept names, being the Shade, Stalker, and Hollowed. And number 4, the Shade and the Hollowed were actually going to be 2 different mobs that would work together. But they decided that it was too complicated and too annoying, so they just combined them into one mob. Number 5, Minecraft has a lot of extra kind of series on their channel, including a series called 10 Things You Probably Didn't Know About Minecraft, which, not to be rude to Mojang, but isn't nearly as cool a video series name as 10 Secrets You Never Knew About. Yeah, just saying. Also, most of those videos, they don't actually have 10 secrets. They just kind of mess around for the last half one. Not saying anything bad to Mojang. I love your game, Mojang. And these series are always really silly. They're pretty funny. If you like funny shows and theories, I guess, for Minecraft. Anyway, but in one of these called The Secrets of Minecraft, and they refer to the Warden as Jonathan and William.
Naming someone isn't easy. Just ask my parents.
Eventually, we chose the Warden. We're not allowed to tell you why yet, so instead, we're going to have a guess.
Perhaps it's called the Warden because they meant to call it William and spelt it wrong.
That must be it.
While William settles down, let's leak some of their early designs.
Hey, wait, no, that's what I'm here to do. Number 6, the whole idea and concept of the Warden in the first place was inspired by the mystery at the end of Disc 11, Music Disc 11. You know, the really weird one that sounds kind of like this? Okay, turn it off, it's too spooky for me. Basically, there's like a shriek at the end of it, and it sounds kind of like the Warden. Or I guess like that. Number 7, if you're somehow able to kill the Warden, boom, you'll see that it drops the same amount of XP as a zombie. So after all that hard work, all you get is a Sculpt Catalyst and a few measly XP points. Number 8, the animations of Minecraft creatures are usually pretty simple, right? Kind of just like softly breathing. They're pretty much just basic. But you might notice that the Warden has insane animations. That's because they really focused on the Warden's animations specifically. The guy that animated the Warden, who like created the Warden, all the designs and all that, his name is Chi Wong, and he actually animated the Warden in Blender and then imported it to Minecraft. That's why the animations are so good. Blender is like the #1 animating software. All the pros use it. And now that I think about it, all of the animations for mobs lately have been pretty good. Number 9. Now you may or may not have known that when you're in spectator mode, you can click on mobs and see what they're seeing. Right now I'm spectating a breeze. Oh yeah, it moves around pretty quickly, tries to jump up stuff. Oh, and it just died. But anyway, if you do this on a Warden, it's just normal. But the Warden, as you know, is blind. Like, it doesn't have any eyes. So how can it see? You may just be thinking, I guess the developers just didn't think of that. But if you spectate a creeper, then boom, look, it's all green and pixelated, which is cool. If you spectate a spider, then it has a whole bunch of eyes. And if you spectate an Enderman, everything is inverted. So it really wouldn't have been that hard to just make it so then all you see is black when you're the Warden. But I guess that means it's not really blind, is it? Now, if you manage to run away from a Warden, which is gonna be pretty hard for me to do. Oh gosh, especially since I'm summoning new ones. Anyway, if you start being quiet, the Warden will try to sniff you since it can't hear you anymore. And it can sniff players. Oh yeah, see, it's kind of coming for me. It can sniff players in a 49 by 51 by 49 block radius. So it's like it's a big cube, but it's slightly taller than it is wide. Oh gosh, that is straight out of a horror movie. Anyway, I guess this is a good time to mention how the angry parameter works. See, it's getting more angry, and I hit it and boom, it is super angry at me. So actually how this mechanic works is, let's see if I can read this off while I'm getting chased by it. Let me look at my notes. Every time that a vibration is added, so like you can hear me, right? I am being pretty loud on it. Then it adds plus 35 to its angry meter. If I shoot a projectile kind of towards it and it can hear it, then that adds plus 10. It loses 1 anger every second. Every second that you're touching the Warden, it gets 35 more anger. It gains 35 every time it sniffs you, and if you hurt it, it adds 100. If it gets above 80, it starts chasing you, like running after you. As it's doing right now, it's very angry at me. Oh my goodness, okay. Let's see, the next secret. If you're shooting projectiles at it though, you can only do it every 5 seconds. Otherwise, it just counts it as a normal vibration. It gets really angry. So if you're shooting your bow or shooting a snowball or whatever to distract the Warden, make sure to do it slowly. Number 13. Now you may notice the Warden does not spawn like other mobs. it spawns from a skull shrieker, obviously. So that means if you were to either put like a torch next to it or like dig all the way up to the sun, and basically it was very bright, the warden could still actually spawn there. It doesn't matter the light level. This is really rare for a mob to have. Number 14. Now you may be really worried if you're doing an all advancement run and your last mob is the warden, you're gonna be pretty scared, right? I would be very nervous, but you don't need to worry because the warden doesn't actually count for the monsters hunted advancement. This is advancement right here. That's because the warden was never meant to be hunted. It was kind of meant to be, if you guys have played Terraria, like the Skeletrox Guardian thing. If you haven't defeated Skeletrox and you're trying to go into the dungeon, then a big skeleton skull flies out at you, and it has 999 health, infinite resistance, so all your attacks only deal 1 damage, and you're not supposed to beat it. If you do, you get a cute little pet. But anyway, this isn't a Terraria secrets video. This is a Minecraft secrets video, which reminds me, we have 1 left. So you may have noticed the warden isn't chasing me anymore. That's because I went for 1 minute without it getting angry at me, and it dug back into the ground. The secret is if it is in water or lava, because it is fire immune, and it's not on any blocks or anything, then it actually doesn't do the digging animation. It'll just despawn. Oh, it was on some blocks there. Dang it. I need to put it in a pool. Uh-oh. How am I gonna fill this pool? Well, you guys may not know, but I think it's my most viewed video. No, it's my second most viewed video ever. It's called How to Fill a Pool in Minecraft. It's kind of one of my earliest videos, you know. It's a bit clunky, but, you know, it's pretty good. You just fill up a kind of floor like this, and then you break it. Let's try to get this video more popular than that one, though. So make sure to share it with anyone you think would enjoy this video. Put it in a pool.
A few minutes later.
Oh, hey look, that happened. I was checking my text and kind of just messing around with this spyglass, and yeah, just despawned without any animation. And those were 15 secrets you probably didn't know about the war. 15 secrets you never knew about the war. Okay. Maybe it's just because I filmed this one rather recently, but rewatching it and everything, there's nothing really that sticks out to me. Other than that, 1, it is the first video to not feature exactly 10 secrets or facts since 25 things you're doing wrong in Minecraft. And 2, I really like this part in number 15 where I'm saying it's my most viewed video and it says 99 million views. And I said no, and it says no views. And then it shows the actual view count. There are a few secrets videos ideas that I'm thinking of also extending to 15, like the skeleton. They have a lot of secrets. I'm honestly surprised I didn't do it with the zombies. Zombies are a really deep part of Minecraft's origins. And I guess the Piglins video, I did technically have 20. Oh wait, yes, that's right. This video, I used clickbait. Now guys, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Number 1, it's just really fun to make these thumbnails that are, I don't know, kind of clickbaity. I've been using the same kind of red thumbnail for pretty much all the videos, and it's getting a little bit, I guess, too easy, you know, like a bit too repetitive, so I just thought that I might spice things up a little bit. I think the thumbnail looks really cool, but you know, I'm looking and I'm thinking maybe of going back to the red thumbnail. Or maybe there's some sort of in between. Maybe it could still be a cool kind of thumbnail design, but maybe just not quite as clickbaity. Comment below what type of thumbnail you guys like to see on videos like these. I really can't do it without you. Like, I have no idea what I'm doing if it weren't for you guys. Anyway, on to my final, well, I guess not final. I'm gonna make videos like this after this, but my latest 10 secrets you never knew about update 1.21. My audio quality is really poor in this video. I apologize for that. I tried to fix it as much as I could. Did you know that 1.21 is the first update since 1.5 to not add or change any splash texts? You know, the text at the main menu screen that's usually really funny and stuff. And that 1.21 has the exact same number of snapshots as 1.20 did. And these are 10 secrets you never knew about the new Minecraft update 1.21. Number 3. So you may have noticed that breezes, here, let me get one up here. Breezes don't have any noses or mouths. So how do they breathe? Well, during their development, there was a little bit of a bug where they would start drowning if their feet were in the water. Or I guess just the bottom part of them were in the water. And obviously this wasn't right, so they changed it as it should be. But in this, they officially mentioned that the breezes breathe out of their eyes. Okay, that was a kind of weird thing to air quote the word eyes, but to breathe out of their eyes, might I say. It's the only feature that humans and breezes share, really. Number 4, the noises for breezes are kind of just these kind of generic whooshes, and they really do work for the breeze. Like, it sounds a lot like a very breezy mob, kind of. But originally, the guy that designs the sounds for them, Tom Olofsson, sorry if I mispronounced that, he was going to try out a technique called granular synthesis, which sounds a bit something like this. pretty cool. But when he was looking at his sounds file, then he misclicked and just added some generic whooshes and decided that that worked best. And that's why we have the noises for the breeze today. Number 5. Mojang lied to us. That's right, Mojang added a feature that they promised they would never add to Minecraft, or at least said that they wouldn't. So not quite a promise, but they definitely had it marked that they thought it was un-Minecrafty, and yet they added it in this update. The crafter, oh, that's the flower pot. The crafter of all things. How do you use this thing again?
12 seconds later.
And that part of the fun of playing Minecraft was the crafting itself. Yeah, this is how you do it. In fact, I specifically remember this being on the list of items that Mojang was never gonna add. So when this was announced, then as you can guess, we were all pretty excited. Number 6. This one is about the bogged, which we haven't had many secrets about, mainly because they're a pretty straightforward mob. Not really any mystery to them. They were kind of just added like a stray or like a husk, but there is one secret for them. Here, let me summon one without AI and might help. So you can't see it in survival, normal, vanilla, whatever you want to call it, Minecraft. But if you do some fancy stuff like this, okay, yeah, I just zoomed really far into their head, or you just go inside their head so you could see it. You could see that the inside of their head, and sorry, here's a better texture. This is from the Minecraft wiki. Anyway, the inside of their head kind of looks mushroomy with some moss on top of it. But originally, it just used to be a plain green color. Oh my goodness, I never realized that there was a mushroom at the back of these guys' head. Oh my gosh, how have I never seen that? Number 7. If you saw my recent video about 15 secrets you never knew about the Warden, they had a lot of concept art overall. Well, I shouldn't say the exact number because I still want you to go watch that video. But anyway, they had a lot of concept art. And so I was actually really surprised when the breeze, the bog, and the armadillo had no concept art. The only concept art there was a few kind of sketches of the armadillo and this one concept design for the breeze. I don't even know what this is that I'm looking at. People say it kind of looks like a strider wearing cowboy pants. But I just have no idea. Maybe it would have been a bit like the Enderman with the really long legs. But yeah, I much prefer the design that we ended up with, which is kind of this laze sort of thing. It feels so Minecrafty is what it is. Like, I can't believe that this hasn't been in the game until then. Number 8. While there weren't any concept art for the armadillo, not really, there was mostly just a bit of debate on what the color should be. There was one joke concept. As you know, the official Minecraft channel has tons of really goofy Minecraft series. And one of these, Minecraft Monthly, and one of these episodes was complaining about players complaining that the eyes were right here in the front of the head. Here's a picture. Yeah, get it away. It's much better at the sides of the head. But what if it wasn't at the sides, wasn't on the front, but everywhere? I introduce to you the Armadillo. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why Mojang decided to do this. Now, we've gotten a lot of secrets about the stuff that 1.21 introduced, but as an update itself, it actually is pretty interesting in its own regard. For instance, it was the first major update that was released on a Thursday in exactly 10 years and 19 days. Editing 98 here. I don't know why I still thought it was 2021. It's been 13 years and 19 days. Sorry for the confusion. If you're wondering, most Minecraft updates come out on Wednesdays and Tuesdays. And now, the secret you all have been waiting for. Hey, stop. Cut it out, skeleton. Oh my gosh. Number 10 is that Minecraft 1.21 is the most musical update so far, adding 3 new music discs when previous updates have only ever added 1, or, you know, I think beta 1.9 actually added most of the ones we have now. So I guess it's the second most musical update, except not really that either because there's 12 new songs in total. So that's 3 music discs and 9 background songs, and they're really good. This is one of my favorite soundtracks so far of Minecraft. Too bad I always played the music off so I can edit in music later. And those were 10 secrets you never knew about 1.21. And maybe consider subscribing to me if you do, because I make all sorts of videos about 1.21. In fact, that's what most of the videos on my channel these days are about. Let's go, the audio quality is better. You guys, it was probably really hard to listen to that old thing for 6 minutes. It's the same mic, it's just that me and my dad messed with the volume settings, and apparently turning up the volume on this mic decreases the quality. I also wish that I'd known that this was going to be my 249th secret thing, because I would have made it a little bit more fancy, you know? Would have maybe added a few more graphics or something, made it more exciting. I don't know. One other thing to note actually about this one is the collaboration I have with DJ the Minecrafter on the massive trial chamber video, which may or may not be out before this video. I don't know. was gonna schedule this. But basically, I used this exact trial chamber before as a set, as like a kind of model for another video. It's just that this is the top floor of it, which I blocked off in the model. Anyway, sorry. You probably don't want to hear me yap anymore because we are on to the 250th secret of all time. Now, this big secret fact thing, the Mr. Epic made an amazing video about it, and I can't even begin to cover all the amazing stuff he covers in it. Here's it on screen right now, here's it in the description, here's it as an iCard thing. Check it out after this, because this is just a brief summary of it, but it's still so cool that I think it deserves to be the 250th secret. Now I'll shut up and get to talking about what it is. Well, basically, Steve, as we know him, started out in Minecraft in May 13th, 2009, as that like weird running mob guy. But he didn't actually have a name. That was just called Mob, and was a texture from one of Notch's older games. But he still didn't have a name. In late 2010, then Notch began experimenting with like multiplayer Minecraft, adding some different player skin type things for the mob. And he removed Steve and instead put in White Steve and Black Steve. Except these guys didn't actually have a name. People online realized that these guys were named White Steve and Black Steve first. Like, there's accounts of them being called that before Steve being called Steve. Because the famous Notch saying Steve, when asked what Steve's name was, happened on October 24th, 2010. And so, players began to search old forums and logs, and they came across this old IRC log, which I guess is kind of just like a chat, like a basic chat with only text and stuff. And this player by the name of Sile coined it, when making a joke that Black Steve looked like he wasn't wearing any pants. And Notch was actually in that IRC channel at the time, when people started calling them Steve. And so a month later, when Notch had to come up with the name for Steve, then that is most likely where the inspiration took forth. But there's all sorts of fascinating details about this story that I kind of glossed over. Sorry, I kind of gave you a bit of a spoiler. Thank you guys so much for watching this really long video. Tell me if you'd like any more videos like it, and if you do, then good luck, because I don't really have any other series that are this big. I really do appreciate you for watching till the end, and you get a special little surprise. My new outro song.
I hope you liked that video. Please comment if you did or not. If you comment that you didn't, it will attract lots of bots. Just kidding, my channel is still quite small, so we don't have to worry about bots at all. Did that make you wanna comment on this video? Yeah, I'd appreciate it so much. Yeah, where is this song going? Yeah, I don't know, so I guess I'll end the video. End the video. End the video. So I guess I'll end the video.